All right, Chris Cotter, thank you so much. And company, that was a good one there in Death Valley. We are getting you ready for NC State Cal all the way out here on the West Coast there in Berkeley. Wolfpack making the trek out here. So has the Huddle crew, because we're hanging out here as well. There's Fernando Mendoza getting ready to try to lead his Golden Bears to their first ACC win. Both NC State and Cal are sitting at 0-3 in league play. So someone's walking away with a dub. Someone is still going to have a 0 in that win column. But we are getting set for NC State Cal right now in Berkeley. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber have the call for Eddie Emack. I'm Taylor. We'll see you at halftime. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Taylor. Welcome to ACC football, the first ever meeting between NC State and Cal in football. Here in Berkeley, the Wolfpack looking to get their first ACC win of the season. Dave Dorn and company leading the charge into the stadium. Meanwhile, Cal also winless in ACC play and looking to get off the schneid as well. And welcome inside California Memorial Stadium alongside Orlando Franklin. I'm George Sedano. Morgan Uber will join us in just a moment. Orlando, as I mentioned, these two teams, neither of them have a victory at the moment in conference play. What's been the big problem?
Not being successful on earlier downs, not finding a way to get at least 4 yards and living that third and short that is nightmares for defensive coordinators. Also protecting the football. All 10 guys finishing at the football and the ball carrier finishing on the ground with the football. And the last thing, George, when you look at this thing, is the my bad moments, the missed assignments, the miscommunication. You got to eliminate those because those give the other team momentum.
All right. Let's talk about the momentum they could have today on offense for the NC State Wolfpack. Who do you like there? Who are you highlighting?
Yeah, so when you look at the running back tandem of Raphael and Smothers, they've been coming on of lately. Today, they are going to have to deliver the body blows in the middle of the football field and not absorb them in the running game. In the passing game, tight end Jolie, he's got to be a consistent, reliable option for young quarterback C.J. Bailey to expose the middle of this defense for Cal.
You mentioned that middle of the defense. There are two guys there that can plug the holes for sure. You see Cade Uluave on your screen at the moment and Teddy Buchanan. What do you like about those two guys?
Well, these guys are game wreckers. When you walk in as a coaching staff on Monday, you circle these guys. They are sideline to sideline, 3 down linebackers that can go. They are tough, fast, and physical, and they love to get after it.
The two quarterbacks, C.J. Bailey, Fernando Mendoza, both South Florida kids. Mendoza from Columbus High School, Bailey from Chaminade-Madonna. Your thoughts on the two signal callers?
Both of them have live arms. The only issue here is the reps. They will continue to get better, but what I love about them is that they are passers first and sit in the pocket to survey the field and get through their progression. They love to spread the ball around offensively.
For more on the quarterbacks, let's go to Morgan Uber.
For NC State, true freshman quarterback C.J. Bailey playing in his 6th game, making his 4th start, going from backup to starter twice this season after injuries to Grayson McCall. Bailey told me that he's the most relaxed he's felt in the pocket after last week against Syracuse, but he did say he's not being comfortable on any details after 3 turnovers last week, even the most simple fundamentals of how to hold a football. Bailey in this NC State offense working on ball security at nauseam, as head coach Dave Dorn put it, and against an opportunistic Cal defense, number 3rd in the nation in turnover margin. Taking care of the football is the top priority for this young quarterback in offense to get their first ACC win, guys.
Thank you, Morgan. We'll see the young signal callers here, but Bailey, there are his numbers that Morgan alluded to earlier. NC State has won the toss. They've deferred. Cal will receive. Kanoa Vineset will kick it off, and the ball is off the tee.
A little bit of wind today here in the California area.
Colin Smith will kick off for NC State. Noel Williams, the deep man, near his end zone for Cal. Yeah, I'm used to this weather. This is what I call football weather. 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and very little humidity. Beautiful day for some football. Smith kicks it over the head of Williams, and Cal will begin their first drive at their own 25-yard line. Fernando Mendoza, Christopher Columbus High School. That high school, of course, where his dad went. His father, Fernando Sr. There you see Mendoza's numbers thus far this season.
3 interceptions. He's been taking care of the football this year and going through his progressions and really, stepping into his throws and making connections down the field.
Thomas in the backfield. Jet Thomas, you see Endries, the tight end, moving to the bottom of your screen. Play action. Mendoza to the left side, complete at the 32-yard line to Jonathan Brady. A pickup of 7 yards on the play.
Great job by Mendoza, just looking out to Brady and seeing the cornerback in off coverage, knowing that I have a receiver that could win right here for a nice pickup.
Second and manageable on 2nd and 3 here for the Bears. Mendoza, quick toss to the boundary to Brady again, and Brady gets past the first down marker. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards there, and Cal on the move.
Quick little tunnel screen where you allow your guys to get the feel of the game, and these guys are hurrying up, playing fast.
Empty backfield, flag on the play. They toss it to Neziah Hunter, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. We'll see what the laundry's about. Isaiah Crowell, who's playing the nickel position for Tamarcus Cooley, who's out for the first half this week because of the targeting play last week against Syracuse. Crowell getting that start now at that position for Cooley, who'll miss the first half. Here's our lead official.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Offside, number 34 is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer with targeting, defense, number 34. The previous play is under further review.
Kamal Bonner, that's a big loss if indeed he is ejected from this game.
Kamal Bonner just at the end of the play doesn't let up and goes into Mendoza. As you said, partner, it would be a massive loss for this football team because they've already had some issues at the linebacker position. Caden Fordham, their middle linebacker, no longer available for this football team, has shuffled some things around and inserted Bonner into the lineup for this Wolfpack defense, playing that Sam linebacker spot.
So looks like there's a hit to the head there. You see Mendoza's head flick back. He was unabated to the quarterback.
Bonner wants to...
Did he hit with the helmet, though, is the question. He hit him in the head. There's no question about that. That's a personal foul. But targeting needs to be with the 6-inch radius of the crown of the helmet.
Yeah. You know how you eliminate that, partner? You get lower, right? You play with lower pad level. Anytime that you go up around the head or neck area, the chest of the quarterback, the referees are going to second guess that every single time. They're going to take a deeper look into that, especially trying to protect the quarterbacks.
I don't see a crown of the helmet there, though.
After further review, there is no targeting. However, roughing the passer will be enforced. 15 yards, first down.
So there is our lead official again, Jerry Magdalenas.
I don't know as a coaching staff if you're ever happy about getting a penalty, but I assume that, this Wolfpack coaching staff is happy that Bonner did not get ejected out of this football game.
Oh, right, because they don't have the depth at the moment defensively. They're missing so many guys. But a big gain as they're now in Wolfpack territory. They're at the 49-yard line of NC State. Cal marching on, 1st and 10. Mendoza on a rollout, launches one across the field, incomplete, well short of his intended target, Jonathan Brady. Devin Marshall in coverage. I don't know if I love that play, him rolling to the right and throwing across his body there, Orlando.
Don't love the play. Devin Marshall does a great job of just body position. It puts the receiver for Cal in a very bad position where he's not able to see the football until really the last minute. And Marshall just keeping his body there. He has a right to have his body right there in between him and the football.
No run plays, all pass plays for Cal thus far. Mendoza now hands it off to Jet Thomas with a big hole, lots of green grass. He turns on the Jets. Touchdown, 49
said it, partner. No run plays up yet, but a great job of really coming out, showing pass. And the offensive line, when they got the opportunity to run the ball, getting a hat on a hat, and Jet Thomas finding that backside crease, exploding in the middle of the field, and getting to the end zone.
Derek Morris for the extra point. The kick is up and good. 4 plays, 75 yards, 1 minute, 14 seconds off the clock. Javian Thomas, 49 yards to pay dirt. You see why the nickname is Jet, folks. And he's jetted Cal to a 7-0 lead.
With the early 7-0 lead, thanks to the touchdown by Javian Jet Thomas, who told me he got the nickname Jet from his dad, Willie, when he was younger. It carried into high school and college, and he was also influenced in his training from a young age, growing up boxing with his dad. Thomas told me as a small back, carrying the load with Jaden Ott out right now, he has to bring the toughness, physical strength, and mental resilience. And as a psychology major at Cal, he understands the power of bringing that right positive mindset and really just a calm demeanor here on the sidelines right now, guys, for the Jet Thomas.
Thank you, Morgan. Well, they certainly named him appropriately with his nickname. There's no doubt about that.
When you're a smaller back, you're always worried about those guys getting hit as the season progresses. You know how you combat that? By not getting hit and exploding for 49 yards.
And, you know, without Jaden Ott, who also is a speedster, they need that for sure. And NC State needs this guy, C.J. Bailey, true freshman, 4th career start. Had a good passing day against the Cuse last week at home, but the team came up short. This kid's got a pedigree for sure. 3 straight state titles at Chaminade High School in Fort Lauderdale. Played in 4 of them. Hollywood Smothers to his right. And Smothers gets the carry on the left side, trying to find the corner, can't get there as he drags it out, and they tackle him at the 28-yard line. Cade Uluave there on the tackle, a 3-yard gain.
This NC State Wolfpack offense, they love to run the outside zone. They love to put pressure on defenses, forcing them to really run sideline to sideline, and as the game progresses, maybe tiring that side of the ball out.
Casey Concepcion now in the backfield. They're looking for new ways to get him involved as teams are focusing on him. You see him split out. Bailey with a design run. Runs into a wall of Cal Bears. Tackle there made by Sheck Ball. 3rd down coming up.
A little unconventional by NC State. They don't typically have run plays for C.J. Bailey. Call it up design run plays.
And Bailey kind of hobbling a little bit, getting back to the huddle.
Yeah, let's stay away from that. This young man has been doing a really good job of being a passer before a runner and really getting through his progression to push the ball down the field.
NC State, only 36% completion percentage on 3rd downs. 3rd and 5. Bailey drops back with time. Pressure now coming. He's flushed out of the pocket, going backwards. Throws it off his back foot. Complete near the 45-yard line to Concepcion. He's going across the field to the far side into Bear territory and out of bounds. A flag in the backfield, though. A 25-yard gain if it stands.
This one's going to come back. It's going to be holding.
Holding, offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Anthony Belton with the infraction.
One of the leaders up there, Anthony Belton, at the bottom of your screen, playing left tackle, going against David. Just at the end of it, when David tries to disengage, he pulls him in. How you get away with something like that is getting your hands a little bit more tighter and on the chest plate, where now you're able to pull that guy in and the referee doesn't see it.
David Reese is the defender there. He got the most votes for captain on this squad for Cal. 3rd and 15 for NC State. Bailey gonna run. And Bailey tackled, wrapped up by Cade Uluave at the 25-yard line, a 6-yard gain, and NC State will be forced to punt. 3 and out for Cal.
Really good job by Cal, staying locked in for their entire drive. A little bit of pressure forces C.J. Bailey to step up in the pocket, and then everybody trying to rally to the football. Cade getting it done, the tackling machine for this Cal Bear defense.
Cade Newcastle to punt it. Tight spiraling punt will bounce near the 25-yard line. NC State takes a roll for them and down at the 18, a 57-yard punt. Coming up tonight at 8 Eastern on the ACC Network and the ESPN app, number 21 SMU squares off right down the road from us against Stanford at the Farm, West Durham. Tom Luganbill, Dana Boyle on the call. Of course, the ACC Huddle crew will be there as well. Should be a good one tonight on ACC Network. That SMU squad, they are impressive, that's for sure, Orlando.
Yeah, they have stepped into ACC and opened up some people's eyes, that's for sure, partner.
Mendoza play action, quick toss to the boundary. It is complete at the 22-yard line to Jonathan Brady and wrapped up quickly by Devin Marshall.
Mendoza having a really good feel on this game, running a lot of RPOs offensively, and just because of the space, the cornerbacks for NC State, he knows he has those quick throws.
Mendoza over the middle, fires and complete. He'll pick up the first down. Puts it right in the belly of Jonathan Brady, a 10-yard gain.
Moving the launch point, moving Mendoza around, those quick, easy throws, just sprinting out to the left, then setting up, firing down the field. It holds the defense and creates bigger windows to push the ball down the field.
They hand it off, this time nowhere to go for Javian Thomas. Sean Brown met him immediately.
That's what NC State does really well defensively. They love to blitz, and Sean Brown wearing that green dot, calling the defense for Tony Gibson. Really aggressive right there for a tackle for a loss.
2nd and 11 coming up for Mendoza. Josiah Martin, the true freshman, at the top of the screen at wide receiver for Cal. Mendoza looks his way, complete, and Martin gets near the 40-yard line. Completion there. Still about 4 or 5 yards away from the first down, an 8-yard gain.
These type of plays are going to be up there all day for Cal. NC State plays off with their coverage. In order to stop that, they're going to have to get those cornerbacks a little bit tighter to take that away from Mendoza in this Cal offense. 3rd
down here. Pressure coming backside. Mendoza gets rid of it quickly to Andrews. Andrews breaking tackles. No, tripped up in NC State territory, but a huge gain there, 12 yards. Bishop Fitzgerald with the shoestring tackle.
Mendoza to Andrews, the roommates, the best friends, the best buddies. Andrews to the right of your screen. Nice little tight end tunnel screen, allowing the 3 inside offensive linemen to get up there and get on blocks. And Andrews really exploding into that defensive backfield.
Devin Marshall hobbled off to the sideline for NC State. Again, the Wolfpack already dealing with tons of injuries on the defensive side of the football. But you see Andrews' numbers there. The roommate for Fernando Mendoza. Those two guys are bosom buddies, basically.
Both these teams dealing with some injuries. You know, the game of football is so violent, so tough. You got to constantly be conditioning your body. And as the season progresses, your body just wears out. Hopefully these guys are able to get back out there on the field.
Jackson Vick, number 22, checks in at corner for Devin Marshall for NC State. 1st and 10 for Cal, and flags all over the field.
False start, offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Rush Reimer, the left guard.
Gotta sit in there, big fella. Hold your water. Coaches can deal with aggressive penalties, but you gotta be able to sit in there and not have self-inflicted wounds.
A lot of penalties for Cal last week, and obviously, if you watch them closely, it's been about 4 weeks they've had double-digit penalties. Mendoza drops back, throws on the run, complete near the sticks to Josiah Martin, the true freshman from Texas. A 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
This is when Cal is at their best offensively, when Mendoza is constantly changing the launching point in the pocket, putting pressure on defenses and being able to disperse the ball down the field.
Byron Cardwell Gets the handoff, looking patiently for the hole. It doesn't develop, though. Maybe a yard on that play.
Very interesting play call for Cal. NC State defensively, they play a 3-3 stack. It makes it a lot tougher for run angles for the offensive linemen to get off of their blocks and get to the second level. An exceptional job by NC State doing what they always do and really clogging it up in the middle of the field.
NC State, a hockey line shift at D-line. High snap from Mendoza, hands it off to Cardwell on the left side. Cardwell trying to push the pile, maybe another yard or so. Noah Potter, kind of the first one there for NC State. It'll be 3rd and long coming up.
This is the first 3rd and long. You know, I would look at a screen, trying to get the ball out of my hands quick and get the offensive line in front of them.
Timeout, North Carolina State, as Cal was trying to move quickly. Dave Dorn and company wants to talk it over. So we will pause and step aside as well. Cal on the move once again. The ACC Committee for Racial and Social Justice, in conjunction with its member institutions, have identified October 11th through the 20th as ACC Unity Week. And as part of Unity Week, the ACC has announced the recipients of the 2024 ACC Unite Award, presented annually to those individuals who best exemplify ACC Unite's mission to promote and encourage racial equity and social justice through education, partnerships, engagement, and advocacy. So you see the names there: Chester Grant, Ronnie Laughlin, Sharman Smith, and Marshawn Lynch.
Beast mode.
Welcome back here to California Memorial Stadium. And Cal on the move, leading 7-0. Handoff here to Cardwell, trying to bounce it to the outside, and stood up after a short gain by Bishop Fitzgerald.
Often you hear it takes all 11 to stop the run, and that's what NC State just needed defensively. A couple guys missing, but ultimately able to make that tackle to bring up 4th down.
So 4th and 5, the offense stays on the field. Mendoza 7 for 8, 61 yards, 3 completions of 10+ yards. Brady has 4 of those 7 completions.
I like this call because of how aggressive NC State is defensively.
Mendoza, a quick toss, and wrapped up immediately. Josiah Martin, the intended target, and Jackson Vick, a 2-yard loss as Martin held on to it after the big hit by Vick, but the redshirt sophomore from Bailey, North Carolina, inserted into the game and making a play immediately.
Yeah, Jackson Vick, to the top of your screen, just doesn't hesitate. Endry's a little confused on who he has right there, and Vick triggering right away to get his defense off the field. That is a massive play for this Wolfpack defense. It builds a little bit of momentum for this offense that a series ago wasn't able to get anything going.
And great job by Vick. Again, just gets thrusted into the game and makes a huge play on 4th down. Bailey and company with the ball at the 35. Bailey all day to throw, checks it down to Kendrick Raphael. Raphael trying to make a man miss. Picks up 4 yards as he gets to the 38-yard line. Kane Uluave and Cam Sidney brought him down.
It's a nice catch by Raphael. 4 yards, not the most fancy, not a bit explosive, but a positive play to start off the drive and bring up 2nd and 6. This is the world you want to live in if you're NC State offensively, because you have a lot of options.
Well, yeah, and you've got a true freshman quarterback, so make things as easy as possible. The guys around him have to help him. Bailey has played well, all things considered. Bailey going to take off himself. Maybe gets a yard there. Teddy Buchanan wasn't fooled.
Teddy Buchanan doesn't bite. Sees at the top of your screen coming off the edge. Is able to get past the block and get CJ Bailey to the ground.
Buchanan, Uluave, the Bash Brothers. That's their nickname, like the Mighty Ducks movie.
They love to blitz, they love to hit. I think the name is very suited for these two young men.
3rd and 6 for NC State. Pressure coming. NC State holds, good job, and Bailey delivers on time for a first down to the 49-yard line to KC Concepcion, an 11-yard gain.
Beautiful throw, great catch by KC, but this play for me is made by Zeke Correll, the center, really identifying what's going on, and Cal is getting ready to do to pick up the blitz. You make it easy for the young quarterback, CJ Bailey. He has the arm talent, and he goes through his progressions. You'll be able to find success.
NC State in business. Concepcion pitches it. They pitch it back to Bailey. Bailey in trouble. Throws on his back foot. Finds his man at midfield. It's Noah Rogers, and he gets taken down. Wow, that's a long way to go for 7 yards, but a positive gain nonetheless. Some razzle-dazzle by the pack.
Razzle-dazzle.
So let's look at this again. They hand it off to Concepcion. He then pitches it to Smothers. Smothers then gets it back to Bailey, and then Bailey to Rogers.
Very interesting play for 7 yards, but a positive play to bring up 2nd and 3.
They're emptying out the playbook. Quick toss by Bailey near the sticks. Does he have enough for the first down? He's still pushing for it. He does get it now on that second effort. Wesley Grimes, the Wake Forest transfer with a 4-yard gain.
Talked about it earlier, George. Great things happen when guys are finishing at the football. An exceptional job getting to the football, being able to push Grimes to pick up that first down. Got to continue to fight. You fight, you play all the way through the whistle. That's how you win this football game today, finishing when the whistle's blown.
Keenan Jackson, the true freshman, at the bottom of the screen for the Wolfpack. Bailey keeps again. Bailey did have a hole. Will pick up about 5 or so. Teddy Buchanan brought him down.
NC State doing some things a little bit unconventionally earlier on in this game. You have to believe as this game progresses, there's going to be something that comes off of the CJ Bailey quarterback draw, because it's not a play that they've ran a ton this year.
2 tight ends for NC State, Justin Jolie. We know who's one of their main targets, Dante Daniels, in there as well. Hollywood Smothers to the left of Bailey. Play action. Bailey all day, launches one down the field. It's caught! Wesley Grimes goes up and snatches it and gets in the red zone down to the 8-yard line, a 27-yard gain.
Body control. Unbelievable body control by Wesley Grimes. CJ Bailey puts it right where only Grimes could get it. And Grimes does a great job of just going up and climbing the ladder and manipulating his body, coming down with his feet in bounds as well.
Are we sure that's a true freshman out there at quarterback? Holy moly.
I find myself asking myself that a lot about this young man.
1st and goal. Raphael gets inside the 5, but a flag on the play, down to the 4. Craig Woodson with the tackle. A gain of 4 if it stands.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, defense number 44. Half the distance to the goal, penalty, automatic first down.
Xavier Carlton, the senior from Modesto, California.
Got to get those hands down, big fella. A big leader for this defense. Plays all over the field. You're going to see him on the right guard, over the right guard, and just extends his hand. Sorry, just extends his hands a little bit too much. It's okay to touch the face mask, but you have to remove it after you touch it to not get that flag call. 1st and goal
from the 2. Bailey 5 of 5 for 51 yards, looking to punch it in and tie the ball game. He keeps, and he is pushed back. Well, the ball is loose and Cal picks it up, but it is blown dead.
The ruling on the field, the runner's forward progress was stopped.
That's Craig
2nd down.
Woodson who made the hit. And that was Marcus Harris who ran out of there with the football.
This is why I question the quarterback runs. CJ Bailey, a true freshman. Body hasn't really had time to develop at this level and just coughs it up at the end. But lucky for NC State, it was ruled down and the forward progress stopped. If I'm Dave Doran, I don't know how many more quarterback design runs I want to run in this one.
2nd and goal from the 3. Low snap, Bailey under duress, tries to flip it and luckily bounces back to him. Wow, Cam Sidney was there, and that was a dangerous play.
NC State really unraveling right here at the goal line. Not a good sign. There's a lot of traffic. Cal does a lot of different unique things from a defensive front standpoint. I don't know that the shovel pass is the right way to go. Right here with 3rd and long though, George, I would spread this thing out for CJ Bailey and allow him to really get a read on the defense and try to put one in the end zone.
6-yard loss on the play. Bailey, clean pocket, throws it, batted down. 4th down upcoming. And the kicking team coming out for NC State. Nate Burrell put his big paw up there.
I always talk about the game of football and momentum. Cal able to get the momentum on the big hit on CJ Bailey. Then the shovel pass almost ends up in a disaster. And on a big 3rd down, the rush does not get there, but you get your hands up and able to bat that one down to bring up a field goal attempt.
Kanoa Vine set 10 of 13 this season, 27-yard attempt. The kick is up and good. So NC State gets on the board. Cal, 4-point lead, looking to tack on some more. Welcome back to Berkeley. NC State gets on the board, 7-3 Cal. The Packs drive, 12 plays, 66 yards, 6 minutes, 33 seconds off the clock. They had 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, settled for a 27-yard field goal attempt. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here in the Bay Area.
Moving the ball up and down the field, but some calls towards the end that just didn't go NC State's way, resulting in a field goal.
Colin Smith to kick it off, and he boots it through the end zone. And Cal will begin their next drive at their own 25-yard line. Tonight at 6:30 Eastern on the ACC Network and the ESPN app, the ACC Huddle crew will have highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games and get you ready for SMU Stanford at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Then after the game, they'll have a full post-game show to wrap up the night. Stanford and Cal, obviously in the ACC Season 1. Stanford got that big win up at Syracuse. Cal still searching for their first victory in conference play, as is NC State. Mendoza, play action, rolling to his right, dumps it off to his tight end, his favorite target, Endries. Endries pushed out of bounds after picking up the 1st down, a gain of 16 on the play.
A lot of window dressing for offensive coordinator Mike Blesh. Endries starting off at the right side of the screen, shifting in motion and then coming back at the ball snap. Nice easy catch and run after the catch for Endries.
Whistles all over the field. End of the 1st. So 1 down, 3 to go. The Pack hanging in tight. Cal looking to hold serve here at home.
Here with Cal head coach Justin Wilcox. Coach, you wanted the fast start from your defense. How were they able to hold them to a field goal there?
Well, we gave up a couple plays. They had a 3rd down conversion and then that back shoulder fade. But it was a good job bowing up down here on the goal line. Craig Woodson made a big play, and then Teddy made another one. We got off on 3rd down and forced a field goal attempt, so that was big.
How does your offense continue this early momentum?
Well, we just got to be really efficient. You know, some of the runs that are there, we got to get positive yards, and I think Fernando's are doing a good job with the football.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan and Coach. And right on cue, Fernando does a good job with the football, taking off and running right up the gut for 15 yards and a 1st down.
That's when he's the most dangerous, when he's able to escape the pocket but get upfield and really put a dent in the defense.
Devon Betty missed the tackle there. Jet Thomas on the right side, taken down after a gain of about a half a yard by Devon Betty, excuse me.
Quarterback runs, George, those are a thorn in defensive coordinators' sides because you cannot account for the quarterback. Fernando Mendoza, a lot more athletic than people give him credit for. Typically, you don't see a 6'5" guy that's slippery in space like that young man is.
Slippery is the perfect word for him because, yeah, I mean, he just kind of weaves his way through a very small crease in those situations, usually up the middle. Play action for Mendoza, all day to throw. Launches one deep, almost intercepted, dangerous pass, threw it behind his intended target, Isaiah Hunter. Aiden White, who is NC State's best corner in coverage.
Aiden White, some tight coverage, gets his eyes around right at the perfect time to make a play on the football and bring up a result of an incomplete pass on that one.
Mendoza, his second incompletion of the day. 9 of 11 thus far. 3rd and 9 for Cal. Mendoza with time, over the middle, incomplete. That might have been, was it batted at the line of scrimmage? Because it was well behind his receiver, Hunter. Noah Potter got his hands up and caused that errant pass.
A nice chess match by Tony Gibson, really lining up 5 guys at the line of scrimmage and then dropping 8, dropping those guys out at the last minute. Noah Potter getting his big paw up there to create an incomplete pass.
So 4th down. The punter, Lachlan Wilson, out there. Jalen Coit to receive at the moment inside his 10. He'll let it sail over his head. It takes an NC State bounce, but down just shy of the 10-yard line. A 34-yard punt. Ben Marshall downs it. Cal lead. Welcome back to Berkeley. Cal leading NC State 7-3. The last time the Pack came out to the West Coast, 1960 against UCLA at the LA Memorial Coliseum, is where UCLA was playing back then. The #1 movie was Swiss Family Robinson, a Disney pick. A gallon of gas cost 31 cents.
Oh, here in California.
Yeah, and John Elway was born. Okay, Stanford's own John Elway.
My guy drafted me to the Broncos.
That's right. John F. Kennedy was elected president, so needless to say, a long time ago was the last time the Pack was out here on the West Coast. Handoff to Smothers as he gets to the 11-yard line. A gain of 2.
Cal's defense doing just a really good job of maintaining their run defense gap integrity, not allowing the Wolfpack to really go anywhere.
2nd and 8. Cal's defense has been very good this season, very opportunistic. 66 yards of offense right now for the Pack. Bailey over the middle, complete to Anderson. The true freshman gets the first down and then some as he gets down to the 29-yard line. An 18-yard gain, and the young man from Greensboro making his presence felt.
This is what CJ Bailey does really good, recognizing zone and attacking those windows. Anderson gets right into crease, sits down, he gets a nice explosive run after the catch.
That's Anderson's first catch of the game. They're spreading the ball around. 6 receivers have caught balls for Bailey. Play action for Bailey. Pressure coming. He steps up. Now he gets swallowed up in the backfield. Loss on the play. TJ Bowlers was the first one there. 7-yard loss.
When you play against athletic quarterbacks, you have to do this thing called a cage rush, where you're not rushing to win your one-on-ones, but you are rushing to kind of condense the pocket. Cal doing a really good job on this play, condensing the pocket on CJ Bailey, giving him nowhere to go, which ends up making him make a full turn in the pocket. Bad things happen when you turn around in the pocket trying to push the ball down the field as a quarterback.
2nd and 17. Bailey takes the snap, going through his progressions over the middle to Joe Lee. Joe Lee weaving through traffic and getting down to the 35-yard line. A 13-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and manageable coming up.
jailbreak screen. I like plays like this for NC State's offense because it allows the offensive linemen and everybody else to really run past that first level of defense for Cal and try to get a hat on a hat with the linebackers in the secondaries and really get an explosive play. Great second down call to bring up third and very manageable 4 yards here.
3rd and 4 for Bailey. Pressure coming up the middle. Bailey escapes. Now on the left side, gets the edge, gets the first down, and down near the 45-yard line. Teddy Buchanan dragged him down from behind after a 10-yard gain, and the Pack on the move.
Nice quick decision by CJ Bailey. Lets the blitz develop in front of himself, and then really weaves in and out of traffic, setting up some blocks down the field to get a nice run with his legs.
Bailey, 6 carries, 22 yards. He's in trouble here. Jukes a man. Another. Tries to go straight ahead, and Cam Sidney finally brought him down. A loss on the play there of 3 yards.
Good job by Cam Sidney. This young man not giving up. He was the first guy that CJ Bailey had kind of shook out of his cleats a little bit, ends up on the ground, but gets back up and hustles and is able to get CJ Bailey down for a loss. Great hustle by Sidney.
2nd and 13. Cam Sidney from Riverside, California. The Inland Empire in Southern California. Bailey with time. Dumps it down, checks it down to Smothers. Smothers breaks 1 tackle and gets positive yardage as he gets near midfield. 6-yard gain, missed tackle by the aforementioned Cam Sidney.
I like those throws in the flat. It's almost an extension of a run play because you're getting the ball out quick to your running backs. Smothers doing a really good job of finding that crease and just attacking it to get a positive gain.
3rd and 7. Cal showing blitz. Here they come. They pick it up. Bailey takes a deep shot. Gets his man near the 20-yard line. KC Concepcion. A huge play down to the 20. 32-yard gain. Great job by the NC State offensive line and an excellent job of executing there for the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Bailey recognizing that Woodson has outside leverage on KC, and KC really able to go up and catch the ball. A great explosive play towards the sideline. And that's just the connection that these guys have been missing so far in this season. CJ Bailey not getting a lot of reps and opportunities to push the ball down the field to KC.
Bailey 10 of 11 from the field for 114 yards. This time gives it to Smothers, and he is smothered after a short gain, but a flag on the play at the 24-yard line.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 74 and number 75. 15-yard penalty, replay first down.
Anthony Belton and Anthony Carter Jr., that's the 2nd infraction on Belton.
2nd infraction on Belton. Last week had a critical mistake going the wrong way and giving up a strip sack. They're going to be at the left guard and left tackle position. Carter just engaged with the defensive lineman and Belton going low. They're usually on those backside zone plays as an offensive lineman. You're trying to overreach and really get after the backside 3 technique. But Belton has to understand that Carter's going to touch the D tackle, so you cannot cut in that situation or you're going to get a penalty throw.
1st and 25 for Bailey. Pocket collapsing. They get him from behind, and they're going to wrap him up and take him down at the 40-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. Aiden Kiana Aina and Xavier Carlton took him down.
A bad situation being made worse. That's why penalties, it's so important to not cause the self-inflicted wounds. You get a 15-yard massive penalty and now a sack. You continue to give that momentum to this Cal defense.
3rd team sack, and again, we saw that the last time they had positive momentum near the goal line.
Yep, not getting it done. They got to lock in and figure out a way to finish drives and not create self-inflicted wounds.
2nd and 30 for the Wolfpack. Bailey over the middle. Incomplete. I think that was intended for Casey Concepcion, and it got to Grimes, who tried to put a hand on it, but it was behind him.
Very interesting play call. You had Casey at one level and Grimes at the other. Casey looks like he gets a little confused and thinks that that's Grimes' ball, and then Grimes looks like that ball surprises him at the last second. Both receivers thinking that that ball's for the other guy.
We have a player down for NC State. We'll step aside as we get an update on the injured player. Zeke Correll, the injured player, the starting center transfer from Notre Dame, will have to sit out here for a bit. Dawson Jamarillo is going to take this snap. That's a huge loss for them, Orlando.
Yeah, it's good that Zeke looks like he is going to be okay and is going to get back in this, because the center position, especially for a young cornerback, it takes a lot of pressure off of the quarterback.
Right, well, and the quarterback has been under a lot of pressure.
Cal's defense has been able to mix things up and really attack this offensive line and really give C.J. Bailey a lot of different looks, creating some confusion, forcing them to hold on to the football a little longer.
They were at the 20, NC State. They are now back at the 40 out of field goal range. Bailey on 3rd and 30 with time. Dumps it over the middle and hit. Big shot there by Cade Uluave on Hollywood. Smothers. Uluave's helmet flies off. Wow, a 6-yard gain. What a monster pop there by Uluave.
Look how he jumps up. Look at the excitement. That's why I think the Bash brothers, for him and Teddy, are the perfect name. The way that he plays the game of football, you would want any linebacker to play like that. Talking with this coaching staff, they talked about Cade going to any school, any Power 5 school, and being one of the top 5 athletes on that team. And right there, he shows you why his coaching staff believes that much in him.
53-yard attempt for Kanoa Vineset. He is 1 of 1 this season from 50 yards plus. The kick is up and well short and to the right. No good.
NC State, disaster after disaster. They have to figure out how to stop the self-inflicted wounds. 7-3 out here in San Francisco.
NC State trailing 7-3 here in the second quarter, but for their defense, they do get cornerback Devin Marshall out, who's back in this game after leaving in the middle of the first quarter, grabbing that left calf and ankle. He went in the injury tent for a few minutes and has been staying loose on these sidelines. And guys, another thing, watching T-Mac Cooley, who's been on the bike this entire first half. He had the targeting call in the second half, the last game against Syracuse, but has been staying loose on the sidelines and will be eligible here in the second half of this game, getting someone at least back on the secondary.
Thank you, Morgan. So Jackson Vick did a nice job for Devin Marshall, but Marshall back in the game, and T-Mac Cooley will be back in the second half. Chet Thomas tries to turn the corner, and he does. He squirts through the hole and picks up a first down, but the ball's loose, and NC State picks it up. Isaiah Corral goes the other way, and NC State gets the ball back deep in Cal territory.
If the play stands, this is a massive play for NC State, but I do believe that Jet Thomas might have been down.
That's what Cal is trying to make their case for. Forced fumble by Bishop Fitzgerald. Oh yeah,
ooh, it is out.
Yeah, that ball's out.
Bishop Fitzgerald, textbook tackle.
Wow. He saved it because Javian Thomas doesn't need much of a crease to get through. So now NC State looking to capitalize with great field position. Bailey to the sideline. Complete. A nice game there to Noah Rogers.
No hesitation. Noah Rogers catches that football, immediately drop steps and tries to get upfield. I know it wasn't a lot of yards after the catch, but that is a great reaction with catching the football. And you continue to do that, great things might happen where you edge a defender and turn it into a massive explosive. Good operation.
Zeke Correll checked back in the game at center. Big O.
That's going to be a big help for C.J. Bailey. Takes a lot off his plate.
Raphael on 2nd and 4. Not much doing there. Stanley McKenzie with the tackle.
You're going to find success running the football against this Cal defense. You're going to do it by putting your foot in the ground and going north and south. You cannot go lateral. Robert Anai has to find ways to allow this offensive line to go downhill and these running backs as well to really expose the interior of this Cal defense and pick up some yards in the run game.
Well, NC State is only 3 of 6 on 3rd downs. Better than their average, though, of 36%. Bailey keeps. Bailey hit. Bailey going nowhere. Craig Woodson, first man there. And what will NC State do? Will they try another long field goal after a 5-yard loss? Man down.
The play calls that we've seen so far, George, I like the fact of trying to use C.J. Bailey's legs because he is a great player.
Cade Uluwave down, Orlando, for Cal.
That will be a big blow. Holding that right ankles, trainers checking out that right leg. He's the one defensive player that's on every single one of their packages. He calls the defense. There's a lot of different exotic things they do in that defensive front.
And he's up.
Being helped up.
Walked on his own power now. But a scary sight, certainly, for Cal as we take another look.
Top of the screen. On the ground. Just looks like he landed weird or might have planted weird when he was jumping for the tackle.
It's a 4th down coming up, and they're going for it. The Wolfpack in no man's land. They've decided, let's shoot our shot. Bailey, clean pocket, launches down the field, caught! Justin Jolie climbs the ladder and down to the 1-yard line. 31-yard gain.
Great job by C.J. Bailey. Going to the big tight end, Jolie, 6'3", 251 pounds, floats in the air and climbs the ladder to get it. I like finding that mismatch against Cam Sidney, giving up about 4 inches of height. Nice explosive and nice conversion to bring up 1st and goal.
31-yard gain on that 4th and 8. Bailey hands it off. Raphael stood up.
That's the difference between a touchdown and a play that doesn't go for anything. Raphael just slipping a little bit as he's trying to turn that ball up the field. It only takes a little bit of time off, but it allows the defense to rally to the football and make the tackle.
Aiden Kiana-Aina was the man on the scene in the backfield. They have one tailback to the right of Bailey. Bailey keeps. Bailey into the end zone. Plunges in for a touchdown. No, it's a wildcat play with Casey Concepcion.
Great heads up by Concepcion. You're going to get 12 on the defense with the flag.
There are 2 fouls on the play against the defense. Offside is declined. Illegal substitution, defense more than 11 players also is declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
Casey Concepcion showing his football IQ, snapping that ball knowing that Cal had too many people on the field, but also weaving through traffic and getting in the end zone. A great sequence for this NC State offense, rewarding the defense after a massive turnover in their area, in Cal's area, and punching it in.
Fine set, the extra point is up and good. 6 plays, 34 yards, 3 minutes, 7 seconds off the clock. A 2-yard Wildcat touchdown for KC Concepcion. A turnover led to this drive, and the Wolfpack capitalize here.
I like this play by Robert and I, putting the ball in a playmaker's hand like KC. It's been tough getting them the ball as of late because defenses have really been keying into him. But when you put him in the backfield and now you give him that option, he's allowed to showcase his athletic ability and gets in the end zone to give this Wolfpack a lead.
Colin Smith to kick it off. Noel Williams, the deep man. And NC State up 3 here on the road. Both teams trying to scratch and claw for their first conference victory. And Williams will bring this one out. He's got room on the right side, down the sideline, making guys miss, and tackled at the 40. Cal will start with good field position on this next drive.
Great job by Cal's kickoff return unit, getting a hat on a hat. Getting a hat on a hat and really finding the crease. Williams bending it back and using his speed and his relentlessness to not go down when the first man gets him.
Cal only 28 yards thus far in the second quarter. Mendoza trying to muster something out. Mendoza, quick toss to his man, Jack Endries, the tight end. And they pick up 6 on the play. DK Kaufman with the tackle.
Got to get back to that. Those quick throws, those are like runs because of how off coverage the defensive backs for this Wolfpack defense play.
Handoff to Cardwell. Finds a hole. And he gets into NC State territory. A 9-yard gain down to the 45, a first down. Cal going quickly. Mendoza, quick toss to Endries again in the slot. Endries dives forward for a first down to the 34-yard line. Bishop Fitzgerald brings him down after an 11-yard gain.
Cal being multiple with their alignment, putting guys all over the field, playing with a little bit of tempo, not allowing NC State to sub. Doing a really good job of surveying the field, Mendoza is right now, and getting the ball to the open guy.
They're going to try to get a playoff before the 2-minute timeout. Mendoza does. On the slant, on time for another first down. This time to Jonathan Brady, a 12-yard gain. Brady, his 4th reception. Make that his 5th reception. 2-minute timeout. NC State with a 3-point lead, but Cal threatening here late in the second quarter. Welcome back to Berkeley. Cal trailing by 3, but threatening here on ACC Unity Week. By the way, NC State was the final vote to get Cal into the ACC, and the Calgorithm on Twitter was very happy about that, I might add. There's CJ Bailey. Fernando Mendoza now trying to lead his team to a score here, and at the very least tie the game. His main target today has been Jonathan Brady, who has 5 catches. Mendoza, play action over the middle, incomplete, intended for Drizel. Brady, by the way, normally averages 26.6 yards receiving per game. Today, 5 catches, Big O, 39 yards, and a bunch of big catches for first downs.
Yeah, and it's the type of plays that he's been running. A lot of comebacks, a lot of quick throws, 3-step drops. The way that NC State defensively plays, they give a lot of cushion up. So those quick intermediate passes are going to be up all day for Mendoza.
Cardwell in the backfield. He gets the handoff. A little too much dancing in the backfield, and he'll lose a yard. DJ Jackson brought him down. Shirley was also there.
Big fella excited, getting after it, trying to get a spark for this defense with Cal having this red zone opportunity.
3rd and 11 for Mendoza and company, and a flag on the play.
False start, option. Offense number 66, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Will McDonald, the center.
Has battled some injuries this year. Has played really all 3 positions on the interior, but he is the starting center. He's got to be able to hold in there a little bit longer and not move. Battling with the referee.
It feels like both teams, when they get near the red zone, are just stubbing themselves in the foot, right? Like stubbing their toe.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a conditioning thing or just not really locking in and paying attention, but those are self-inflicted wounds that we've seen for both sides of the ball. Got to really clean it up in the second half and try to play some clean football.
3rd and 16. Mendoza shovel pass to Cardwell. Cardwell breaking tackles and gets inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Sean Brown brought him down. A 9-yard gain. Timeout, NC State. 4th and 7 upcoming.
Coaching staff has been really excited about Brian Cardwell Jr. Mendoza doing a good job setting up and really showing NC State how to run the running back shovel option underneath. A nice explosive to get either an easy field goal or a 4th and 7 opportunity to go for it.
Cardwell, the transfer from Oregon, from San Diego originally. Every Sunday, women's sports takes over the afternoon here on ACC Network. Starting at noon Eastern, it's a soccer doubleheader as number 25 Cal takes on Louisville, followed by number 6 Stanford at number 12 Notre Dame. That's 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Or excuse me, then at 4 Eastern, noon, 1 Pacific, it's Duke and Virginia Tech in volleyball. So Cal will attempt a 36-yard field goal by Derek Morris. Again, Ryan Coe not kicking today, only on kickoffs. Morris, the true freshman, his first field goal attempt, and flags on the play. And he would have missed it, so.
False start, offense number 78, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
That's Victor Stoffel.
Back up left tackle.
3rd false start, by the way.
Just not sitting in there. Got to hear the whole entire play call, hear what's going on, and really sit in there and not move. When you flinch, the referee sees that.
Stoffel with the infraction, now a 41-yard attempt for the true freshman Morris. The kick is up and good. So he gets this one and ties the ball game.
Again, another one of those plays where I don't know if you're happy with the penalty, but he misses the first one, is able to put the second one through the uprights. So working out for Cal on that one.
That's the only one that counted, so it doesn't really matter. The other one didn't count.
I've never ended up with a penalty like that in my playing career, George.
What do you mean?
One of those penalties that actually helped the football team.
Oh, yeah.
All my penalties were, hey, you're getting yelled at for it.
So you're saying Peyton Manning was never really happy when you got a penalty?
Oh, man, one time we played against the Houston Texans. I got a false start and then a hands to the face about 2 plays later, and he chewed me out. Not just in front of my team, in front of the whole entire team right in the middle of the field.
So both squads saw you get chewed out.
And you know when the sheriff is chewing you out, you can't really say anything back.
No.
You just got to accept that.
Hey, it is what it is. And of course, you can watch the Manning cast on Mondays on ESPN2. Kendrick Raphael and DK Kaufman will receive. That last drive, 8 plays, 37 yards, 1:59 off the clock, a 41-yard field goal for Cal.
I want to see NC State take a shot here right before half. Having 1 timeout left, 2-minute drill. Try to get a positive play on the first play, but usually those are the plays that your quarterback is most comfortable running because they're day one staple plays.
Ryan Coe with the kickoff, sails through the end zone. Whoa, and hit the goalpost there. That should count for something, I gotta be honest with you. Let's take a look at that last drive by NC State. But before that,
really playing off of each other. Big play by the defense, getting a turnover in Cal's territory, and then the offense taking care of business. CJ Bailey, huge explosive to Joe Lee right in the middle of the field, and KC Concepcion punching it in that Wildcat formation.
Kane Uluave back in for Cal. You see him guarding the slot. Bailey, pressure coming, take it down! Xavier Colton with the sack. Big loss on the play. 4th sack of the game for the Calgorithm.
That is exactly what cannot happen. If I'm Cal, I'm taking a timeout
and they
right here because they have 3 timeouts. 2-minute drill offensively. You want to get a positive play. So the fact that NC State was not able to get a positive play and Cal comes up with a huge sack, I like what Justin Wilcox is doing here, trying to get the ball back and give his offense a short field opportunity and a chance to maybe put some points on the board before half.
Student section, I'm going to need your help with this one.
9-yard loss on that play.
All 3, 1, 2.
NC State.
If I'm NC State, I got to think screen right here. The way Cal loves to blitz might be a nice, easy completion for my quarterback, CJ Bailey, and see if somebody could go get some yards after the catch.
They hand it off to Smothers. They go conservative. Teddy Buchanan with the tackle. 6-yard gain. And they're just trying to chew up some clock. Another timeout for Cal.
3rd and 13. This is very interesting. I would try some kind of double move because you could tell what Cal is trying to do. They want to get this ball back, having 1 more timeout. If they can now get that, they're going to have an opportunity and probably have about 50-something seconds to really run a 2-minute offense.
Well, they have done better, I feel like, when they're not huddling. So for them, at least based off what we've seen thus far in the first half, that would be an advantage.
That's why if I'm NC State, I don't want to give them back the ball. I don't want to do something conservatively by running it and allow them to take that quick timeout.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of 3rd and 13 plays, as you know. So,
yes.
And especially when you're deep in your own territory. But we'll see what young CJ Bailey.
I'd be looking at number 15 right in the slot, Joe Lee.
We'll see what he's got here. He's going to take off and run. And wrapped up just past the original line of scrimmage. A 5-yard gain wrapped up by Teddy Buchanan.
Teddy Buchanan just not being denied. Hollywood Smothers trying to block him in the open field. Has his eyes on CJ Bailey the whole entire time. When he sees CJ step up to run, doesn't allow Smothers to block him and gets Bailey down.
Only 16 yards rushing today at the moment for NC State. So 56 seconds left on the clock, and the Wolfpack will be forced to punt.
The mindset has to immediately change, just like Cal came out on this last series defensively and had a huge positive play resulting in a sack on 1st down. Now after this punt, That's exactly what NC State's defense needs to be thinking. Can't allow the quick throws of Mendoza. Really got to tighten up their coverage and try to escape at half.
Caden Noonkester to punt it. Mikey Matthews awaiting near his 30-yard line for Cal. Noonkester, spiraling punt, drops, takes a Cal bounce, a big Cal bounce, and down near midfield. 25-yard punt, not what the doctor ordered for the Wolfpack, but certainly Cal will take it.
Yes. Need about 25 yards here. Want to start this drive off with a positive play. Mendoza has been doing a really good job of really working the sidelines with his quick throws. Now everybody, all his pass catchers have to be keyed into this moment to try to get out of bounds. The clock will stop for a quick second if they get out of bounds, but really have to work the sidelines on this drive to try to come out with some points before half.
Mendoza 13 of 17, 114 yards. Byron Cardwell Jr. in the backfield. Mendoza, pressure coming. He escapes. On the run, throws complete to Grizel for a first down at the 39-yard line of NC State, a 13-yard gain.
Grizel doing a really good job recognizing Mendoza's in that scramble drill and working across the field, continuing to show his quarterback that I am my option, and they were able to hook up for a nice first down.
No Davin Van at the moment for NC State, their leader on defense, particularly along the defensive line. Mendoza throws it on the run to Cardwell. Lots of room down the sideline. Cardwell pushed out inside the 20. Down to the 17 by Devin Marshall. 22-yard gain for number 21, Byron Cardwell Jr.
Good job staying alive. He's in pass protection. Gets a nice little chip, and this leaks out. Mendoza surveying the field. Finds him late. A nice game. Mendoza really putting on a clinic with his eyes and surveying the field and going through his progression.
Cardwell still in the backfield. Getting a lot of run today. Mendoza over the middle. Complete to Endries for a short gain. 4-yard gain. Second down upcoming. Travali Price with the tackle. They go quick and they spike it. And it'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming on the 13-yard line with 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Now, interesting note I wanted to tell you about, Big O. When we were here at the stadium yesterday, we were coming to see the walkthrough for Cal, and 45 minutes before the game, you talked about the vision for Fernando using his eyes. He was out there before the walkthrough, was out there by himself, just kind of going through the motions and visualizing everything. It was fascinating to watch. He was the only person in the stadium. Mendoza under pressure, he's going to take off and goes out of bounds smartly inside the 10. Devin Marshall chased him out. He's going to be just shy of the first down, but 10 seconds remaining. 5-yard gain and 4th down upcoming.
George, yesterday in our meetings when we were talking to Fernando Mendoza, we asked him what he wanted to get better at. He talked about his footwork and situations. Right there, understanding the situation, not holding on to the ball for an extra second and putting himself in a bad situation, using his legs to get out of bounds and get some positive yardage.
By the way, he always told us as well that he was the slowest kid on the field and didn't play quarterback till late in his career. His wheels looked okay so far today. We got a timeout by NC State before the Derek Morris field goal attempt. So it was funny because, yeah, he was telling us because he was always kind of the big, lumbering kid. And he joked that he didn't get to play quarterback till a little later. And but again, he has certainly worked on his athleticism, something he told us was very important to him coming into this second season of starting at quarterback.
And I feel his pain because I was one of those taller, bigger guys and got put to the offensive line or the defensive line at a young age as well. Now, it worked out for me. I ended up playing in the NFL, and I did okay. But I feel like I was forced into that position. I never got an opportunity. I never got an opportunity to play any other position.
All right, 10 seconds to go here. Derek Morris, his second field goal attempt today. He was good from 41, this one from 26. The kick is up and good. And he gives Cal the 3-point lead with 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Derek Morris, the true freshman from Franklin, Ohio.
Cal putting on a clinic. Just a great sequence for all 3 phases of Cal in this last couple minutes of the half. You saw a defense go out there, have a huge stop, a nice positive play on first down, resulting in a massive sack, and then they were able to get the ball back, use their timeouts, really play tough defense, and Fernando Mendoza gets out there with his offense and takes care of business.
Something to watch out for on the field goal attempts for the next one. Both snaps have been pretty high, and they've had to bring it down. So for Cal, with a freshman kicker, okay, Lachlan Wilson has had to kind of haul it in. So keep an eye on that. NC State to receive here. They will receive to start the second half as well. Ryan Coe with the kickoff after the 6-play, 44-yard drive, 37 seconds off the clock, and culminated in that field goal. DK Kaufman brings it out for the Pack, breaks a tackle and down at the 21-yard line. And that will do it for the first half. So a close one here in Berkeley. Our score, 13-10, Cal leading NC State. Now let's go to Taylor and company for the halftime report.
Welcome into your ACC Network halftime report. You're watching that game over there in Berkeley while we, the ACC Huddle, hanging out just down the road in Stamford because we are getting ready for a primetime matchup tonight between the Cardinal and visiting 21st ranked SMU Mustangs. Coach Mark Ricks.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. EJ Manuel. I'm Taylor Tannenbaum, and as you see, Cal taking a 13-10 lead into the locker room at halftime over NC State. And a good finish to the half for the Golden Bears. Yet they had an opportunity there. 4th and 1 from the 8. Do you take the points or do you go for it, Coach? You think taking the points?
I'd take the points.
Okay.
At this point in the game, I'm taking the points. You take the lead, you get momentum. If you go for it, don't get it. Or if you try to, get a first down thinking that you can stop the clock and get a playoff, and it doesn't work, you just feel like you failed. So I think it was smart to take it. One thing about Cal, though, was offense. It seemed like when they started going into kind of an up-tempo look, they did so much better. And maybe they should, like my wife told me 100 years ago at Florida State, why don't you start the game going fast? But anyway, they did a nice job the last 2 drives.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. You definitely want to take the points there and reward your offense and even your defense because some of the stops, or at least the way that they were able to somewhat hold up NC State down there on that last drive that they had. But ultimately, this is an even game. I think both teams are playing well offensively. Just right now in the second half, whoever doesn't turn it over is probably going to have the best shot to get this victory.
NC State does have the ball coming out of the locker room, so they'll have a chance right off the bat to regain that lead. And you mentioned that Cal defense, which we've talked about, is really, really good. 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss in that first half alone.
How about that?
All right, we got a little bit more on the other side here. ACC Network halftime report as we're keeping an eye on this game between Cal and NC State. NC State, Casey Concepcion punched it in, but Cal's the one with the lead at halftime. Stay with us. Welcome back to your ACC Network halftime report. Live from beautiful Stamford, California as we're getting ready for the SMU Stanford game tonight. Don't forget, ACC Huddle after this game wraps up. We will have you covered until kickoff of the primetime showdown here. And then, of course, post-game to wrap up all the day's events from these 6 ACC games on the docket. Myself with my beautiful cast as well, of course. Right now, Cal up 13-10 at halftime over NC State. Javian Thomas, no Jaden Ott, doesn't matter. He finds pay dirt. NC State has the ball coming out of the locker room. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber have you covered the rest of the way. We will see you after the game on the Huddle.
Wake up, shot calling. Pay what?
Leading by 3 as we get ready to start the second half. Both teams in search of their first ACC victory. Homecoming and Parents Weekend here at California Memorial Stadium, and welcome back inside the stadium alongside Orlando Franklin. I'm George Sedano. Morgan Uber will join us in just a moment. Orlando, a tight game, but a bit of a sloppy game as well. How do these teams correct some of their issues?
You got to clean up the self-inflicted wounds. There's been a lot of penalties on both teams where they just have not been able to capitalize. NC State got down there, and then they got a couple penalties, and now it turned into a very long field goal opportunity where it should have been a chip shot, and they had the momentum going into it. On Cal's side, secure the football. The ball is everything. You've got to hold on to that ball and make sure that you finish all the way through the ground. Mendoza has been great today with short passes, really taking what NC State's defense has given them and spreading the football around to multiple guys in the passing game.
There's Mendoza, fleet of foot, making plays with his legs. Here are your halftime headlines. Mendoza very efficient. Casey Concepcion, they're finding new ways to get him the football. And Cal's defense has put a lot of pressure on CJ Bailey of NC State. Cal, by the way, in regards to their rushing, their first run was 49 yards for a touchdown by Jet Thomas. Last 10 carries, only 45 yards. And the kickoff through the end zone. Let's check in with Morgan.
NC State head coach Dave Doran told me coming out of the locker room that he was frustrated with the protection with CJ Bailey. He said, look, we have to win our one-on-one matchups. That's what it's all coming down to, and we have to get rid of the ball quickly. And as far as Cal, Justin Wilcox told me that, this is a team that's lost 3 straight games by a combined 8 points. They know the difference between settling for field goals and touchdowns. We have to capitalize on every single opportunity in the red zone of finding the end zone, guys.
Thank you, Morgan. And these teams, as we've alluded to, self-inflicted wounds. Bailey over the middle, incomplete as his receiver stumbles. Justin Jolie couldn't get there.
Not able to connect. Jolie loses his footing at the top of the route, but was open. That is a nice play to look forward to coming back to that as this game keeps on going, because he did have inside leverage. Just need a better ball right there.
Smothers in the backfield. Bailey changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Bailey tosses on time on the slant to Noah Rogers. Ball gets popped out, looks like at the end of that play there. Cal saying they got it. And they do!
Got to finish with the football on the ground. Noah Rogers running a slant. You're running a route that's going to lead you to a lot of traffic. As soon as you catch it, got to get 2 hands on the ball. That ball looks like it comes out very early. I think the referee should take a second look. Don't know if that's exactly a catch.
You're saying
it looks like it starts moving as soon as Harris comes down with his hand on it.
Big hit there by Teddy Buchanan. But yeah, the ball you're saying was never secured by Noah Rogers?
He catches it, and it looks like he catches it almost on his body.
Did he make a football move is the question.
Vince, that play is under further review.
And the officials will check it out, Big Up.
This has to be one of those ones that you check out. It's too close. It would be a huge momentum shift for Cal.
The fumble recovery by Cam Sidney is being reviewed. We'll be back in a moment. The call on the field of a fumble stands. Cam Sidney's fumble recovery stands. Teddy Buchanan and Marcus Harris forced it out, so NC State coughed it up.
It looked like it was bang-bang for me with Noah Rogers catching this ball, but momentum taking him forward. Referees called it as a football move. Great job by Harris coming down on that football and jarring it loose. A huge play and a momentum shift for this Cal football team.
Jet Thomas now back in the backfield to the right of Mendoza. Mendoza rolling to his right. Pressure coming. He throws on the run. Down to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Tron Grizel. Grizel was able to catch it but could not get a foot in bounds.
Brazil, 6'4", tend to have a little bit bigger feet in those situations. Wasn't able to walk the tightrope along the sideline to get a foot in bounds.
2nd and 10. 2 tight ends out there now. Hendries and Johnson for Cal. NC State comes with a blitz. Quick toss by Mendoza to Hunter. Hunter makes a man miss for the moment and gets closer to the sticks. A 7-yard gain.
Brazil and Johnson doing a really good job getting a hat on a hat and allowing Hunter to weave through some traffic.
And partner, let me tell you that T-Mac Cooley is back in at the nickel position for NC State. Remember, he could not play the first half due to an ejection for targeting against Syracuse last week. Thomas with the carry, met by a wall at the 25-yard line.
T-Mac Cooley coming back into this game, George. That's big for NC State defensively. It allows Tony Gibson, defensive coordinator, to call a little bit more plays because now you have an experienced guy that's played a lot of football for this club and in this defense.
4th down and short. And the offense is staying on the field for Cal. Jamal Wiley is back in the backfield. He gets the carry. He's met immediately, but pushes forward, dragging defenders for the first down inside the 20-yard line. A 4-yard gain. He dragged Aiden White. Jamal Wiley, the true freshman.
They love Jamal Wiley. They say he's tough, he's physical, he's just a young player. Hasn't played a lot of snaps, but this is him getting above Aiden White and just using his power and strength. Aiden White had the leverage, but Wiley comes up victoriously and able to keep his feet alive to pick up that first down.
Mike Blesh, the offensive coordinator, told us he's a bulldozer, and you saw it there. Mendoza, pressure coming up the middle. He dumps it off, incomplete. Intended for Hunter and hit him in the hands.
Hunter, you got to come up with that football. Fernando Mendoza sits in there, takes the big hit. He knows he's going to get hit, but Hunter coming on the shallow crossing, he knows there's a chance for an explosive. Hunter has to catch that football for his quarterback.
Devon Penny with the pressure on Mendoza. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cardwell with a hole on the right side and gets inside the 15-yard line down to the 14. A gain of 6 on the play. Trevally Price brought it down.
When you run the read option, it's important that your quarterback carries out the fake. Cardwell Jr. is able to get those extra yards because Mendoza carries out the fake going in the opposite direction. He's able to hold some of those interior defensive players for NC State for a second and go get a nice gain.
3rd and 4. Cardwell up the middle, down to the 13-yard line. Bishop Fitzgerald with the tackle. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Got to think if you're Cal, it's 4th down territory, right? You have already went for it on 4th down earlier in this drive. Keep the offense out. Need your best play right now to go get another first down.
Jonathan Brady checks back in at receiver. They've gone to him a number of times today. He's got 6 targets, 5 catches, 39 yards.
Mendoza should go right now. Try to catch NC State with too many men.
Mendoza pressure coming, hit. On target though, inside the 10. Gets the first down to Mikey Matthews.
That's how you go make a play for the quarterback, Mikey Matthews. Using every bit of that 5'9" body frame to catch it. Mendoza knows he's going to get hit. A beautiful ball. And Mikey Matthews wheels it in.
Kamal Bonner on the hit on Mendoza. T-Mac Cooley brought down Matthews. Jet Thomas checks back in at tailback. And a lot of movement up front.
Ooh.
late snap by the center caused several players false start. 5-yard penalty, first down.
4th false start for Cal.
Will McDonald looks like a little bit of miscommunication because of the popcorn effect. You see a lot of other guys around him going, keying in on what Mendoza's doing. I think Will McDonald didn't hear the snap count in the huddle on that one.
That's Cal's 5th penalty of the game. They've had double digits in 4 contests this season. They hand it off. Thomas met at the 10 by Kamal Bonner. 4-yard gain.
Partner, I know that penalties are never good, but sometimes when you get around that 5-yard line, a penalty might end up benefiting you as an offense because now it forces the defense to cover a little bit more space. Teams liking to play zone in this situation at this area of the field where now you get a little bigger windows to fit the ball in there.
2nd and goal. Mendoza, pressure coming. He avoids the pressure. He's going to take off and run and slides at the 5-yard line. Bishop Fitzgerald flew over him.
Mendoza talked about situations, and this is a great heads-up situation by the young man, understanding that it's 2nd and goal. I don't have to put my body on the line and take a big hit. Sliding, getting what he could get and sliding, and now bringing up a 3rd and 6. 3rd and goal, sorry, partner, but from the 6-yard line.
Right. And again, to your point, on the 11th play of this drive coming up, started at NC State's 33. Wiley in the backfield, the true freshman again. Play action, Mendoza throws, bobbled, and a dangerous pass intended for Endries. Bishop Fitzgerald was there to make the play.
Fitzgerald not fooled. A lot of window dressing, a lot of guys going different ways and all over the field, but keyed in and really exploded to the football to get a nice pass breakup and get his defense off the field, forcing this field goal opportunity.
Derek Morris with the attempt. Now, you mentioned Mendoza doing the smart thing by sliding. That one was a dangerous pass. Everyone knows he likes to go to Endries. There were a couple of guys in the area. 24-yard attempt for the true freshman is up and good. So Cal still capitalizes. Mendoza gets more points on the board for the home team. Both teams in search of their first ACC victory. Cal up 6. Let's get more football brought to you by Geico and look at the biggest ACC games of the weekend. Right now, Notre Dame leading by 2 touchdowns against Georgia Tech. No Haynes King in that game. Then earlier today, a final in Louisville. The Cardiac Canes win again, 7-0 for the first time since Mark Richt was there in 2017. Virginia and Clemson, a tight one early, but Clemson pulled away against Tony Elliott's squad. And in the nightcap, here on ACC Network, number 21 SMU down the road at Stanford. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here in Berkeley. Kick through the end zone. And tonight at 6:30 Eastern on the ACC Network and the ESPN app, the ACC Huddle crew will have highlights and complete breakdowns of the afternoon games to get you ready for SMU Stanford at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, as I mentioned earlier. Then after that game, a full post-game show to wrap up the night with Taylor and the crew. That last drive by Cal, 12 plays, 27 yards, 5:33 off the clock, 24-yard field goal attempt by the freshman Derek Morris. They completed and converted a 4th and 1 and 4th and 3 on that drive. Here's C.J. Bailey looking to answer. Hands it off to Hollywood Smothers. Tries to turn the corner. Picks up a nice chunk of change there. A 7-yard gain. Tackle made by Noel Williams and Miles Williams.
Nice game by NC State. Getting a hat on a hat. That's what it's going to take to find success as this game continues to progress. Guys got to lock in and play for the guy that's next to them. Be unselfish and get a hat on a hat every single play to become more efficient offensively. 2nd and 3,
or check that. Yep, it's got a little short 3, maybe a long 2. Bailey rolling out, pressure coming, avoids one tackler and wrapped up at the 30-yard line. Aiden, Kiana Aina, and Sheck Fall took him down. The 5th sack of the game for Cal.
This is just a really good job by the back end of Cal, being sticky in coverage, not really giving C.J. Bailey anywhere to go, and forcing him to pull the ball down and try to use his legs to buy some time, swarming to the football to bring up a big, big 3rd down.
3rd and 5 for the Wolfpack. Cal showing blitz. They come up the middle. Bailey throws complete and upended after getting the 1st down is KC Concepcion. Noel Williams on the tackle, an 8-yard gain for the Wolfpack.
Concepcion showing you why he is so special. Bailey getting in the ball, but Concepcion drop stepping and getting up the field immediately, understanding the coverage that Cal's in and not taking a big hit.
They're doing a much better job today of getting Concepcion going after teams had done a better job of bracketing him and things of that nature. Smothers in the backfield, takes the handoff, a jump step, and gets to about the 40. Short gain, Cam Sidney with the tackle.
I know you're trying to keep the defense honest by running up the middle, but those plays have not been there today for NC State. I would continue to try to run my wide zone plays and attack the edges, allowing the running backs to really read it out and pick what gap they want to take.
Only 23 yards on the ground for the Wolfpack, 1 yard per carry. 2nd and 8, Bailey over the middle, tipped and incomplete, but a flag on the play.
Multiple flags, partner.
Cal saying, hey, the ball was deflected, so it shouldn't be PI if that's the case. But we'll see as the officials are having a discussion about it. Our lead official, Jerry Magallanes.
Pass interference, defense, number 3. Penalties, an automatic 1st down.
And that's on Noel Williams, who leads the ACC with 6 interceptions.
His coaching staff talked about Williams, saying that his technique, when his technique is on, he is right every single time.
Let's
the tip.
Oh, yeah. There was a tip, I think, maybe twice, perhaps. There could have been 2 players that got a hand on the ball there.
I think the referees must have saw Williams commit the PI immediately as that ball was snapped.
Uluave got the tip that we all saw clearly, but could have been tipped at the line of scrimmage as well. Look.
And determined that the ball was tipped by number 2 of the defense. Therefore, there is no pass interference.
Yeah, Craig Woodson. So there you have it.
Referee's really on it today, doing a good job.
How about the play-by-play guy on it with 2 tips there, huh?
Oh, yeah. There you go, partner. You definitely had that one. Right? Tips and overthrows, got to get those.
Yeah.
Woodson didn't get it, but great job by Noel Williams. He's been a rock for this defense, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. And they've been great in the 3rd quarter, Orlando. Cal outscoring opponents 44-8 in the 3rd quarter this season.
Coaching staff has been really excited about the production of the defense. They do a lot of exotic fronts and unique defenses to make our offensive coordinator second guess themselves, but they also do a good job of playing for the football and seeing the football coming out of the quarterback's hands.
Empty backfield. We haven't seen Noah Rogers since the fumble for NC State. Bailey, pocket clean, over the middle to Smothers. Smothers gets into Cal territory and picks up a 1st down. Teddy Buchanan and Cade Uluave, the Bash brothers, brought him down after the 10-yard gain.
The next step for Smothers' game is understanding that you just caught Cal in zone. When you catch that ball, you turn up the field, no hesitation. You're drop stepping and you're exploding up the field to create an opportunity of maybe splitting that defense and picking up a couple more yards.
3rd reception for Smothers. Bailey keeps, tries to get to the edge and tripped up from behind by Cade Uluave. Short gain of 3 for Bailey. And Bailey has tucked it and ran it a number of times today.
Cade Uluwabe doing a great job. Left side of your screen. Just seeing the ball the whole entire time in CJ Bailey's hands. Getting downhill and making a tackle for only 3. Really saved the defense on that one.
9 carries for Bailey, 5 sacks. Quick toss, and that one at the feet of Casey Concepcion. 3rd down upcoming. So the crowd trying to get fired up here at California Memorial Stadium. Third and 7. NC State 5 of 10 on 3rd downs. Pressure coming. Bailey stands in tall, and it is almost intercepted. Noah Williams almost had his 7th interception of the season. The ball intended for Terrell Anderson, the true freshman from Greensboro.
Great job. Great job with tight coverage. NC State really struggling, figuring out where the blitz is coming from and getting a hat on a hat. CJ Bailey has been pressured all the way. Cade goes with the big loop. Noah Williams
almost had it.
Almost had his 7th interception for the year.
Mikey Matthews set to receive the punt. 3rd punt for Noonkester. Matthews lets it sail over his head into the end zone. And Cal will begin their next drive after that 47-yard punt at their own 20. Cal leading by 6 here in Berkeley.
Back here in the 3rd quarter, Cal leading 16-10 over NC State. And for the Wolfpack defense, defensive coordinator Tony Gibson really giving some positive reinforcement to his defense. The last time they came off the field saying, guys, congratulations, we held them to a field goal, and really hyping up the defense. A really quiet and intentional group, except for middle linebacker Devon Betty, who told me this week, moving from Sam to Mike, I've played this position before, I've played all of it last year, but it's an adjustment to being more vocal again. But he has been the guy speaking up inside the huddles, really pointing at the iPads, everything that he's been seeing.
Thank you, Morgan. And his defense coming up big there as Rente Hinton almost picked off Mendoza on that play.
Yeah, it shocked him, that ball. He was coming down in coverage and trying to go make a play, but that football hitting him kind of right on the back shoulder really shocked him.
2 new safeties for NC State. Rente Hinton, who we just saw there, and KJ Martin on this drive. Mendoza on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right, dumps it off to Jet Thomas. And Thomas tackled near the 25-yard line. A gain of 5. Devon Betty with the tackle. 3rd and manageable now.
Devon Betty playing that middle linebacker position. Sideline to sideline. All over the field. Mendoza getting a second look at this one. Operating from the line of scrimmage, changing things up.
NC State brings the pressure. Mendoza takes a deep shot. Sails it over the head of his intended target, Jonathan Brady. Aiden White in coverage. Brady had a step.
Had a step, just not able to connect. Still a lot of time in this game. If I am Mendoza and Brady, I'm definitely putting that play in the memory bank and telling coach, we got to come back to that. It was there. Just need a little bit better of a ball to connect.
2nd punt today for Lachlan Wilson. 4th down. 2 guys back there to receive for NC State. It's Concepcion and Coit, and Lachlan Wilson sails it over the head of both. Coit picks it up on the bounce, and probably a bad decision as he's taken down inside the 20. A 63-yard punt, 7-yard return. Coming up tonight at 8 Eastern on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Number 21 SMU squares off against Stanford at the Farm. Right down the road from us, Wes Durham, Tom Luganbill, Dana Boyle on the call. Jennings and company for SMU. rolling right now. First meeting since 1936 back in the Rose Bowl. Stanford won that one. SMU 7 straight road wins, second longest active streak in FBS. And a run here by Kendrick Raphael and stuffed by Derek Wilkins.
The read zone plays where the running back is in shotgun and starts moving laterally to turn up the field. It's just not the best plays against this defense with Caden Buchanan at the inside linebacker position for Cal. I really want to see NC State try to attack edges and run outside zone and allow the running back to really stretch these linebackers sideline to sideline.
Watch the right tackle, Jacarius Peak. Looks like he might have dinged his right arm. Almost intercepted there, C.J. Bailey threw it, and Derek Wilkins mad at himself because he wanted a thick 6. He wanted to run that thing back, the big fella.
Oh, the big fellow. No, nothing more in football puts a smile on my face than when I see a big fella almost get their hands on the ball. Because my football career is over, and I'm no longer a big fella anymore, George, weighing 225 pounds. So those big boys, those 300-pounders, when they get the opportunity, you got to capitalize on that because they never come that often.
3rd and 11 here for NC State. I would also argue you're still a pretty big fella. Bailey with time. Now the pressure comes and takes him down. His 6th sack. Cal continues to get pressure. Serene Tunkura.
Tunkura coming off the bottom of your screen, going against left tackle Anthony Belton. He's in their NASCAR package. Doesn't play a ton of snaps on defense, but special situations when it's long distance and they put their pass rushers out there and he gets to the football and gets a nice sack.
What is a NASCAR package for people that don't know?
Where you put a lot of defensive ends, outside linebackers on the field, and it's pass rush all the way. You're telling them to pin their ears back and get off the ball and go try to get a sack on the quarterback.
The punt takes a Cal bounce, a 34-yard punt. No return. Jake Mann downs it in NC State territory. So there you see Tunkura taking some love, getting some love from his teammates.
This Cal defense talked about a brotherhood. Everybody wanted to make a play or make a play for the guy next to them or to set up something so the guy next to them can make a play. Everybody excited about Tunkura. Hasn't played a lot this year, but getting a nice big sack for this defense.
Mendoza gets it to Cardwell on the left side. And he'll pick up positive yardage, 5 yards there. DK Kaufman brought him down. If he got past Kaufman, though, there was a lot of room for him there. And they're moving fast. Mendoza gets them to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 5. Cardwell again. This time met at the line of scrimmage by Devon Betty.
Betty doing an exceptional job weaving through traffic and finding Cardwell.
3rd and 5. Josiah Martin, the true freshman, at the top of your screen. 1 of 8 on 3rd downs for Cal. Fernando Mendoza with time, dumps it down to Cardwell. Incomplete. DK Kaufman plowed through Cardwell. Maybe a little too late on that pass developing.
Yeah, when NC State's doing a really good job of just mixing up what they're playing defensively. Right here, it's a drop 8. You have to hold on to the ball a little bit longer when a defense decides to drop 8 guys in coverage and be patient as a quarterback to find the guy that's open. DK Kaufman, eyes on the ball the whole entire time. Gets there right as the ball gets there to bring up an incomplete and get his defense off the wheel.
1 of 9 on 3rd downs today, Cal. And whistles on the field as we have a flag back inside the 10.
Offense.
And that might have been done on purpose, to be honest, just to give themselves some more room to try to pin NC State.
right there in no man's land.
Delay game offense is declined. 4th down.
And you know what? Dave Dorn's like, I don't want your charity.
Yeah, you keep that play. I want to see you try to kick an elite punt right here.
Cracked a smile there.
Man that doesn't smile often.
You made him laugh a couple weeks ago. Coit awaiting the punt from Wilson. Oh, he bumps it! And Cal's got it! Liam Johnson came up with it! Wow!
End over end kick. Ball flipping makes it extremely hard to catch. Coit can't handle that one.
So Mendoza and company in the red zone to begin this drive. Jamal Wiley, the true freshman, they call him the bulldozer, is back there. And he's got a lead blocker at the moment in tight end Jack Endries, the roommate of Fernando Mendoza.
Special teams coming up with a huge play for Cal and another self-inflicted wound for NC State.
Cal with back-to-back 3-and-outs trying to capitalize here. Wiley pushing forward, picks up a couple. Brandon Cleveland on the tackle.
Does this defense have enough in them for one more stop? Can you hold Cal to a field goal right here in the red area?
This has been as good an effort on defense as we've seen from NC State in a while.
Not a lot of breakdowns today. They've played together.
Mendoza fakes the reverse. He's rolling and pushed out of bounds by Davin Van. A flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be a hold on the defense.
Holding defense, number 34. Half the distance to the goal penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Kamal Bonner.
Another big penalty that brings up 1st down. Davin Van doing a great job of attacking and pursuing Mendoza. But Bonner has to key into his technique and put himself in better football position to not commit the foul.
Committed the foul on Endries. Jet Thomas up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. His 2nd of the game. A 7-yard score. And the first person to greet him, his quarterback.
This is just an attitude play, George. Cal getting a hat on a hat, but Jet Thomas saying I might be 190 pounds, but I will run the football like I am 220, bulldozing his way and finding the end zone. I love the end of the play. You run hard, you get a physical run, you flex on him, young man. Show them the muscles.
Too strong. Another high snap. The kick is up and good. Jet Thomas, 7 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's check in with Morgan.
Well, you guys mentioned quarterback Fernando Mendoza being the first one to greet Jet Thomas, and Mendoza told us he wants to be the calm in the storm, inspiring confidence in his teammates. He's extremely mature and really influenced by Tom Brady. He watched him from a young age, and before he even understood positions in football, Mendoza saw how Brady rallied his teammates and wanted to be that kind of leader one day. And even head coach Justin Wilcox told us when he came for his visit at Cal, when he offered him the scholarship, he said, quote, "I'll make sure this is the best decision you ever made." A line that he said he stole from Brady when he was drafted. did. Mendoza making a bet on himself, continues to hold himself to just the absolute highest standard, and such a great leader on the sidelines for this team.
Thank you, Morgan. During our meetings with him, we meet with a lot of great kids. He is certainly near the top of that list, Orlando. I mean, you played big-time college football in Miami. You played in the NFL with Peyton Manning. This young man, he tries to absorb everything, including his time at the Manning Passing Academy.
Yeah, he is very polished. He's a guy that you want to see as the face of your program, and does a really good job of rallying behind his teammates and getting them going.
And the next drive for Cal will begin, or excuse me, for NC State will begin at their own 25-yard line. So we mentioned Mendoza at the Manning Passing Academy. You know that guy on the left.
I know both of those guys.
Well, that's true.
All three of those guys, actually, their partner.
Because now you've met the third one in the middle.
Yes. I love the fact that Mendoza did this, because I think this is big for him. And he's a guy that's constantly learning and developing. I can't wait to see where he's going to be here in the next year or so.
C.J. Bailey, learning and developing, completes a pass to the 28-yard line to Dakari Collins, a 7-yard gain. Time running out here in the third quarter. And C.J. Bailey, another young player in his freshman year, true freshman from Chaminade Madonna High School. Both quarterbacks from South Florida. Bailey from the Fort Lauderdale area, Broward County, and Mendoza from Miami-Dade County. And C.J. Bailey trailing by 13 here on the road. Both teams trying to scratch and claw for their first ACC victory of the season. We got one more quarter to go here at Berkeley.
Wake up, shot
Stay hanging out with us.
Hey, what I bought it. New crib psychotic. I'm so
The ACC's Committee for Racial and Social Justice, in conjunction with its member institutions, have identified October 11th through the 20th as ACC Unity Week. Welcome back here to Berkeley. Cal leading at the moment by 13. Cal with 16 unanswered points. They trailed 10-7, now lead 23-10. C.J. Bailey and company on 2nd and 3. They hand it off up the middle. Not much there for Hollywood Smothers. He'll be shy of the marker. Ricky Correa with the tackle.
It's going to take an unbelievable team effort for NC State to claw their way back in this one. There cannot be no more of those my bad moments. It's going to take all 11 guys on each and every play doing their job to create opportunities and maybe find the end zone. Offensively, they got to get it done on this drive. They got to get the momentum and find a way to score some points.
Bailey rolling, fires, got his man Jolie. Jolie taken down in Cal territory. A big play there. Cam Sidney dragged him down from behind. A 32-yard gain.
That's 251 pounds spinning around in the open field like he's a ballerina. Jolie does a great job of finding that football and then protecting it, putting two hands on it. Great run after the catch.
C.J. Bailey saying, not so fast. There are two talented young quarterbacks here from South Florida in this game here on the West Coast. Bailey throws back to Concepcion, who throws down the field to Smothers. He catches it and taken down inside the 10. Razzle-dazzle by the Wolfpack. A 28-yard gain.
Great job by Smothers leaking out the backfield. This is a double pass. C.J. Bailey takes the snap, throws it backwards, and Smothers is able to get out, leak out late, and just a great ball for Smothers to go catch it underneath him and use his legs.
First and goal for the Pack. Bailey with time, over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Casey Concepcion. Craig Woodson diving to get a hand in there.
Lockdown coverage. Craig Wilson. There's not many times that you only put one guy on Casey Concepcion, but this one, Craig Woodson gets it done.
His 5th pass breakup of the season. 2nd and goal. Bailey with time, dumps it down to Smothers. Met immediately by Marcus Harris, the corner from Portland, Oregon, a 3-yard loss.
This is where C.J. Bailey takes the next step. Marcus Harris is playing off coverage. Cannot throw the ball in the flats that quick because you're allowing Marcus Harris to really react and come downhill to blow that play up and make a big play.
The Wolfpack have had some trouble in the red zone today. Bailey on 3rd and goal. Pocket collapsing. They spin Bailey around. He gets out for the moment. Gets out again and throws it complete down to the 1 to Dakari Collins. He got away twice to deliver that football for a 10-yard gain. David Reese missed the tackle and had that initial QB pressure.
C.J. Bailey, big-time play. Not going down with arm tackles and just willing his way to be able to push the ball down the field. A great job by that young man, finding Collins to bring up 4th and goal from the 1.
4th and goal here. The Pack need a touchdown. Bailey tosses, end zone, touchdown, Dakari Collins. A 1-yard score, and Bailey showing his mettle on the road.
Back-to-back big-time plays by Dakari Collins, but C.J. Bailey sprint right, going out there, holding on to the ball, letting the play develop, and really putting the ball where Dakari Collins has a great opportunity to go up and get it. Great job working the sidelines in the back of that end zone.
The extra point is up and good. We got a 7-point, check that, 6-point ball game now. The Pack is back thanks to their young quarterback capitalizing. Six-point ball game here in Berkeley. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here. That last drive by NC State. C.J. Bailey led an 8-play, 75-yard drive. 3:51 off the clock, a touchdown to Dakari Collins. Both teams winless in the ACC at the moment, trying to get that first win, that elusive first win in conference play. And Dave Doran told us, Orlando, that they got to win the turnover battle in this one. They've been on the wrong side of that all season. And right now they're on the wrong side of it again. 2 turnovers to 1. So their defense has to find a way to get them back in this game and get another possession.
You got to be locked in, aggressive when the timing presents itself, and then be keyed in on the technique to not allow free runners in the backfield. This NC State Wolfpack team, over the last 5 years, George, is undefeated when they win the turnover battle. So hopefully they could come up with 1 or 2.
Javian Thomas in the backfield. He's got 2 touchdowns for Cal. Mendoza. Play action. Finds Endries wide open. And Endries stiff arms a man and gets near the 45-yard line. DK Kaufman and T-Mac Cooley brought him down after an 18-yard gain. How is that guy open?
Those quick throws have been open all day for Mendoza.
Here's Mendoza on the move again. Off his back foot. Gets it to the true freshman Josiah Martin in NC State territory. Another first down, an 11-yard gain.
If I'm Dave Doran and Tony Gibson, I might have to switch up some things for my defensive backfield to try to tighten up the coverage to force Mendoza to take a second look before firing the football down the field.
Mendoza's looked very comfortable in the no huddle. Pressure coming. Mendoza avoids it for the moment and then swallowed up in the backfield by Travali Price. First sack of the game for NC State. Kamal Bonner was the first one there with the pressure, a 5-yard loss.
Bonner coming on the blitz. But Price, relentless with his rush, getting Mendoza down.
2nd down and 15. This season, they've allowed 25 sacks. Mendoza with time, over the middle, on a crosser to Martin. Kamal Bonner with the tackle after a short gain of 3.
Great job by Bonner, playing zone coverage, allowing things to develop in front of him, coming downhill, making a great open field tackle on Martin.
3rd and 12. And this drive started off promising. Cal has struggled on 3rd downs today. 1 of 10. Mendoza pressure coming, and they take him down. Davin Van took Mendoza down, and he's trying to take the football away too. It'll be 4th down, and Cal forced to punt, a 9-yard loss.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Davin Van, the best pass rusher for this defense up front. One-on-one block. To the right, to the left of your screen. One-on-one against right tackle Sessions. Hand swipe, beats him immediately, and is able to get to Mendoza. When you drop 8, your defensive line has to be special, and Davin Van coming up and being special, making a huge play.
Punt goes through the end zone, a 57-yard punt, no return. So NC State will start their next drive at the 20, trailing by 6. The Pack trailing by 6 here at Berkeley, and Casey Concepcion has been a big reason why they're in this game, Orlando.
Yeah, he's been doing it all. He's catching balls, he's running it, he's playing the quarterback position. He's even throwing a ball today, George. He has been all over the field for this Wolfpack offense. Gotta love what Robert and I has done with him, because defensive coordinators have really locked in when he's playing just a traditional receiver position. So getting creative and getting him involved, and he's putting his stamp on today's game.
You see those numbers there. C.J. Bailey putting his stamp on the game too. 21 of 29, 226 yards and a touchdown. A 143 passer rating at the moment. Smothers in the backfield with Bailey. Bailey launches one down the field. Almost caught. Wesley Grimes tried to haul it in with one hand.
The ball was there. It was beautiful. Wesley Grimes is able to get a step on Woodson and just not able to haul that one in. Got to find ways to get chunks if you're NC State. I know those two want that one back, George.
Bailey on 2nd and 10. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Ricky Correa batted that one down to the ground.
And that might have been the best thing to happen for NC State's offense, because Cam Sidney was flying down from his safety position, getting ready to step in front of that, right in the middle of the screen.
Ooh. NC State 6 of 14 on 3rd downs today. 3rd and 10. Bailey with time. Over the middle to Jolie. A huge first down at the 43-yard line. A 23-yard gain. Cam Sidney brought him down. The big fella going up and snatching it.
This is the matchup you're going to have to continue to find if you're C.J. Bailey. Justin Zoli has been exceptional, going up in the middle of the field and coming down with the football. He's about 4 inches taller than Sidney.
He's got 95 yards today. They find Dakari Collins for a first down. And he gets into Cal territory to the 44-yard line, a 13-yard gain.
Good ball by C.J. Bailey. That ball is on time. Allows Dakari Collins to go get it, but then come down and protect himself as he's running into a lot of traffic in the middle of the field.
Pack on the move. Bailey, pressure coming. Ball batted down, incomplete. Teddy Buchanan and Cam Sidney were there to get their hands up.
Good defensive call. Showing C.J. Bailey bringing 0 and bringing the house right here, forcing him to get the ball out of his hands quick. Teddy Buchanan winning as well, along with 3 runners. It's a great all-around effort for Cal's defense.
2nd and 10 for young C.J. Bailey. With time over the middle, behind his receiver Concepcion, but he snags it near the 40-yard line to the 41. Buchanan wraps him up. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
And that's where C.J. Bailey, as he continues to play, he'll be able to take the next step. That ball a little bit behind KC, where he has to slow down in the middle of the field running that crossing route. But if you're able to put it out in front of him a little bit, he can see the defender and really cut it up the field and get a couple more yards after the catch.
Looks like that NASCAR package is out there for Cal.
Patton Downs trying to get after the quarterback.
And here they come. But Smothers wide open on the screen, makes a man miss. He's racing into the end zone for a touchdown. 41 yards. And the Pack ties it up. Extra point pending.
This is an exceptional job of C.J. Bailey, making me eat my words, partner, talking about, taking the next step. This is a veteran move. Cal brings the blitz, he throws into the blitz, has Smothers coming out in the backfield, and Smothers doing a great job in the open field, weaving through traffic to bump his head on the end zone.
Vine set for the extra point to give NC State the lead, their first since 10-7. Bad snap, the kick is up. And good. 7 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Hollywood Smothers giving the Wolfpack their first lead as they're trying to get that first ACC victory. NC State takes the lead 24-23 here in Berkeley. Their last 2 drives, 8 plays, 75 yards and a touchdown, 7 plays, 80 yards and a touchdown. Dave Doran told us this week, less talking this week, more business-like. Speeches aren't fixing their issues. They just got to go out there and execute.
They've found a way to play complementary football. Got to finish off this game playing off of each other for the remaining 6 minutes and 32 seconds to try to secure their first ACC victory.
Let's check in with Morgan.
And the business-like approach is really carried on over to the sidelines. Not a lot of vocal guys on the sidelines, really just having been dialed into their iPads all game. But head coach Dave Doran did walk up after the offense came off the field to every single position group on their benches on repeat, yelling, finish, finish, finish. And that really has been the message from this team all week. Plain and simple, guys.
To your point, Morgan, they had 0 sacks up until that last defensive drive where they got 2. And that's how this team makes hay, is on defense in a lot of ways. Although Bailey has been fantastic here. Mikey Matthews gets the jet sweep, and he picks up about 5 and change there. But NC State traditionally, again, they hang their hat on defense. Bailey has been fantastic, though, as I mentioned. 25 of 36, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, the kid, he knows how to play in big moments. 4 straight state title games, 3 championships at Chaminade-Madonna High School in Fort Lauderdale. Here's the kid from Columbus High School in Miami from South Florida, handing it off to Cardwell, who gets to the outside and picks up the first down. These 2 South Florida kids battling at quarterback and on the field. A 9-yard gain for Cardwell from San Diego.
The quarterback position is about communication, recognition, and being poised in all different moments. These 2 kids, as you mentioned, partner from South Florida, have been able to do that. It's the other guys that need to really pick it up around them to find success and try to win this football game.
1st and 10 for Cal. Pressure coming. Mendoza gets rid of it. But at the feet of his offensive line, was there a receiver in the area? pressure there by Devon Betty. And there's the flag.
Intentional grounding, offense, number 15. That's a spot foul. Loss it down, second down.
Betty comes scot-free. You mentioned it earlier, the 2 sacks on the last drive for Cal. I know that that one is not a sack, but if you don't get a hat on a hat up front, you're going to put your quarterback in a pressured situation. And Mendoza just trying to get rid of that football, committed the foul. Cal's offensive line, they have to lock in and give Mendoza some time. 2nd and 21. Don't got to go get the whole thing here, George, but look for about 10 yards to make it 3rd and manageable.
An 11-yard loss. Mendoza on the roll over the middle, has his man. It's Hunter going the wrong way, though. He's able to turn the corner and out of bounds near the 50-yard line to the 49. A 20-yard gain. Devin Marshall chased him out, but Isaiah Hunter showing his athleticism there and his speed.
Hunter's showing the athleticism and speed, but the other guys around him sprinting down the field to create a convoy in front of him to pick up some extra yards.
A run here gets into NC State territory for a 1st down. It's Jet Thomas. That last pass by Mendoza, again, rolling to his right across his body. He missed on a couple of those early, now connecting on those.
And it's guys throttling down. His pass catchers really understanding what the Wolfpack are throwing at them defensively, finding those gaps and holes down the field, settling down, showing Mendoza the numbers so he could deliver the ball down the field.
Mendoza 23 of 33, 221 yards. Mendoza, pump fakes, fires to the sideline. It's complete to Johnson. His tight end, a 12-yard gain. 1st down, Bears.
Another great play by a pass catcher for Mendoza, understanding zone, throttling down, and connecting with Mendoza.
Thomas with the handoff. Picks up. John Brown on the
If I'm Cal right here, George, I'm still operating with tempo. The clock. I want to eat much clock as possible, so not just get it there and snapping the ball as fast as possible as you're on the brink of field goal range. You need one more 1st down, but I am very intentional with my play calls.
Mendoza on the roll, finds Grizel. Grizel takes a big hit. Has enough for the 1st down. Kamal Bonner with that big hit. And Grizel pops up after a 7-yard gain.
Good to see that young man bounce up and have some spring in his step. Bonner coming in a little high, hitting around that head area. Nice to see that Grizel's okay. Jogging off the field.
Byron Cardwell Jr. checks in at tailback. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. 9th play of the drive started at their own 25. Mendoza, quick toss to Endries. Endries slipping through some tackles and dragging defenders for another 1st down to the 16-yard line, an 11-yard gain.
Exceptional play with this red zone opportunity. If I'm Cal, George, I would not snap the ball right now. I would make sure that this clock goes all the way down to the 2-minute timeout. I would force NC State to call a timeout if they want to, but I'm not running a play right here if I'm Cal.
Remember, Cal has a new field goal kicker today, Derek Morris. And there it is, the 2-minute timeout. A 1-point ball game here in Berkeley. Cal trying to come from behind and finish this one off at home.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
Coming up tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the ACC Network and the ESPN app, number 21 SMU down the road, squaring off against Stanford. West Durham, Tom Lugaville, Dana Boyle on the call. We're in a tight one here up the road at Berkeley. 1-point ball game. Cal driving in the red zone. 5 first downs on this drive. Fernando Mendoza 4-4 for 50 yards on this drive.
He's been surgical, really gashing the defense of NC State.
Thomas gets the carry. Flag on the play, and he's taken down for a loss. It'll be against Cal.
Longer, harder, smarter. Have to lock in if you're Cal. You cannot commit the self-inflicted wounds and back up. They've had problems kicking field goals this year, and you do not want to be going backwards in this situation.
And Derek Morris is the new kicker, the true freshman. He shanked the first attempt, although it was on a penalty, so it didn't count, and then has made 3 straight since then. And the officials talking to Dave Dorn.
Holding offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Bastian Swinney. 7 penalties on Cal. 6 of them on offense, Orlando.
Jet Thomas has to find a way in that situation to get vertical, even if he's not going to get a lot of yards. When you start running sideways, you put your offensive lineman in compromising position. Bastian Swinney thinking that ball is being run in between the tackles, and then all of a sudden the defender's trying to disengage. Referee gets him for the infraction.
NC State calling timeout here.
I like this for NC State. You want to continue to try to go backwards or continue to get things going. Derek Morris, the freshman field goal kicker, as you mentioned earlier, partner, 3 for 3 from 41, 26, and 24 today. Really getting it done and awaited his opportunity.
We'll see. The young man from Franklin, Ohio. They say they trust him from about 50 today. It's 1st and 20 for the Bears. Jet Thomas in the backfield. Wolfpack showing pressure. Here they come. Mendoza gets it away quickly, and Endries couldn't hold on. Excellent hit by Bishop Fitzgerald.
That's what's been missing today for this Wolfpack defense. Bishop Fitzgerald, playing off coverage, sees the ball come out of Mendoza's hands, is able to attack and get downhill on Endries and force an incomplete pass.
And it stops the clock, which helps NC State.
Again, timeouts, stop the clock. Long field goal right now. You're NC State. This is a good position. Have to have guys continue to react and get downhill.
2nd and 20 from the 26. Mendoza, pressure coming. He finds Jet Thomas. Thomas gets down to the 20. Good tackle by Devon Betty. A 6-yard gain. And another timeout by NC State.
Ooh-wee, Devon Betty. This is a tough ask. Jet Thomas is fast out of the backfield, and Betty just triggers immediately. Saves a huge play. That is a great play by Devon Betty, playing that Mike linebacker position.
And I know they're missing Caden Fordham, who's done for the season, unfortunately, but Devon Betty and Kamal Bonner have played really well for NC State today in his absence.
Yeah, they stepped up. I know Devon Betty's pain because I moved from right tackle to left guard in my 4th year in the National Football League and had to go back out to right tackle for a play or 2 against the Buffalo Bills when they had Mario Williams, and I didn't know what I was doing back there. So even though Betty played Mike linebacker last year, when you move to a different position, it could hurt you and you kind of forget some things, and now you're a step behind. But he wasn't a step behind on that one.
And he's played every position at linebacker. And it's interesting when we talked to Dave Dorn, because of all the injuries, particularly on defense, I asked him, how do you teach continuity in this situation? He stopped. He says, you don't. You teach opportunity. And these guys are taking that opportunity at the moment. 3rd and 14 for Cal.
Biggest opportunity of the game for both sides.
Mendoza with time over the middle to Endries. Endries taken down at the 10. He'll be shy of the marker, a 10-yard gain. T-Mac Cooley brought him down. And decision time for Cal.
When you have big athletic tight ends, it's a mismatch nightmare. Andrews ends up on Cooley. Cooley does a great job making that tackle. Timeout. NC State.
So what do you do here? Do you kick the field goal?
Oh, it is what, partner? 4th and 1?
Yeah, they got no timeouts left. But remember, under 2 minutes, we go to the old college rules, which means the clock stops to reset the chains on every first down.
Yeah, NC State's offense has been rolling the last couple drives, scoring back-to-back touchdowns.
It is 4th and 4. That's not like a gimme.
Yes, the 4th and 4 is what scares me, so I would kick the field goal.
They're kicking it. Morris, good from 41, 26, and 24. This one from 28.
It's got to have perfect.
The true freshman getting his first opportunity in this game.
It's got to be perfect operation. Snap, hold, everybody blocking.
The snaps have been high today. This one, perfect. The kick is up and no good! He pushed it to the right!
Wow. Cal's kicking game struggles continue.
Unbelievable. If you're Justin Wilcox, you can't believe this.
Wow.
Look at it. Right away, he knew he missed it.
This one's going to be tough for Cal. They've already dropped the last 3 with a total of 8 points. Looking like they're going to drop today with 1 more point.
Glass half full for Cal. They have all 3 timeouts.
They do have all 3 timeouts.
By the way, Hollywood Smothers for NC State has over 100 total yards in back-to-back games, and you see it here with Cal. The lowest point total for 3-loss team in FBS this season. You see USC below them at 13 and Virginia Tech at 14. Kendrick Raphael and DeMarcus Jones in the backfield with Bailey. They hand it off, and not much there, about a yard. And a quick timeout for Cal.
I don't know how much I would be trying to run in between the tackles right now. If I'm offensive coordinator Robert Anai for NC State Wolfpack, wherever that ball is, I am running to the field every single time. Wherever I have the most amount of distance, I'm running some kind of wide zone and allowing my running backs to really read it out one gap at a time and pick where they want to run the football to try to force Cal's defense to go sideline to sideline and not downhill. The downhill plays are what allows you to call quick timeouts.
Yeah, because you can bunch together, certainly. And yeah, if you get a cutback lane and you go, it could be the ball game.
Yes.
So 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Wolfpack. Both teams doing everything they can to try to get their first ACC win. Raphael and Jones in the backfield again with Bailey. They hand it off again up the middle. Raphael dragging some defenders, picks up a nice chunk of change there. Aiden Kiana with the tackle after a 6-yard gain. Another timeout for Cal on 3rd and 3 upcoming.
3rd and 3. Defense doing exactly what they needed to do for Cal. Creating an opportunity. 2 quick downs. Now it's 3rd and 3. They have a chance to get off the field. It's got to be your best defensive call.
What about on the offensive side? Do you dare to throw it?
I am giving the ball right back to Raphael or Smothers and telling them, you got to go get this. But I'm running some form of wide zone, George, to the field, allowing them to read it out.
Robert and I told us that they want to pound the rock in this game. And they have tried to run the ball. There's no question about that. Not a ton of success. Only 28 yards on the ground. Smothers in the backfield with Jones, the fullback. They hand it off to Smothers, and he's going to be close. Marcus Harrison Buchanan with the tackle. Timeout Cal. It looks to be, based on the spot, to be short.
This one's going to be really close. Got to take a measurement, right?
It's 4th down, and the punt team seems to be coming out for NC State. They are not going to measure it. Noonkester comes out. Marcus Harris and Teddy Buchanan.
And I think that's the problem a lot nowadays with college football, partner. A lot of these quarterbacks don't get under center, where you could just try to go get a tush push and try to go get 6 inches right here in this situation. Instead, NC State elected to punt the ball.
Marcus Harris and Teddy Buchanan with the big tackle that may have saved this game. We'll see. The last punt for Noonkester, 34 yards. Brady and Matthews back there to field it. And a line drive punt fielded by Matthews. Makes a man miss, headed to the outside and taken down at the 34-yard line. Sean Brown took him down. A 35-yard punt, 2-yard return. And what does Fernando Mendoza have in store for us here at Berkeley?
Sean Brown playing that will linebacker position for this NC State Wolfpack defense. A big surprise, George, to see him on the punt unit, especially with this situation coming up now where there's 1 minute and 9 seconds and Cal needs to get in field goal range. You have your linebacker running out there getting a little tired on special teams.
We know that Fernando Mendoza idolizes Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, the 2 Cal quarterbacks. Here's his chance to do what those guys do every week. Mendoza, pressure coming from behind, and he's taken down. Davin Van with another sack, the 3rd sack of the game for the Wolfpack.
The last 3 series for Cal, they've been disrupted. They haven't been able to get it done. Great job by Van getting the sack.
2nd and 17. Pressure comes again. Mendoza launches complete towards the sideline to Endries, picks up a lot of it back. It's going to be, after a 12-yard gain, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Cal's got to go. This is taking way too much time. The clock does not stop. You did not get it 1st down. The clock is running right now. They got to go in this situation.
The clock is stopped right now because he went out of bounds.
Oh, sorry there, partner.
Clock is stopped at 43 seconds. They were able to get out of bounds.
Okay, great job with Mendoza understanding the situation. And this is what he talked about, right? Being better at critical situations like this as the game progresses.
Mendoza with time, throws a dangerous pass, incomplete. Devin Marshall dove there to get a hand on it, intended for Endries. 4th and 5.
Marshall with just some exceptional coverage, understanding that Cal's going to try to work the sidelines, getting that right arm in there at the last second.
But you don't need to work the sidelines because, again, under 2 minutes, the clock stops to reset the chains.
But typically in a 2-minute situation, that's where you see a lot of throws go.
I get it, but you don't need to do that right now.
If something pops in the middle of the field, you absolutely have to take it and hope that your guy can go get some yards after the catch and maybe create a massive explosive for you.
Pressure coming! Mendoza stays on his feet, delivers to Hunter, but he'll be short of the 1st down. DK Kaufman with the tackle, and the Wolfpack holds. Davin Van with the pressure again on Mendoza, and a player down for Cal.
Davin Van coming from the top of your screen. He has been a monster in this game, in these situations. And the 2 players for NC State, the 2 veteran guys, the guys that have played a ton of snaps, coming up huge, playing off of each other. Vaughn forcing Mendoza to throw it, and Kaufman being stout with his coverage, getting a massive turnover.
Little friendly fire, unfortunately, along the offensive line. TJ Session down when Davin Van was coming around to the front side of Mendoza.
Coming into this game, Session and Sweeney were the 2 offensive linemen for Cal that have played in every single game. The guys that have not been banged up, and Session now banged up. There's been a lot of moving parts for this Cal's offense up front.
And the Wolfpack will escape from Berkeley with a victory. barring something strange happening here as they try to kneel this. But again, we're looking at TJ Sessions on the ground, unfortunately. Again, got hit from behind by his own teammate, and you see his teammates taking a knee. Let's take a look here and we'll see what happened.
To the left of your screen, Sessions gets beat, and then he's trying to get back there. And then, just runs in to the behind of his line mate, Morrow.
Yeah, scary moment.
That head gets jolted back. You never like to see that. It's been rock solid. Really good footwork. Does a great job with his hands. One of the better pass protectors up front for Cal and Fernando Mendoza.
And it looks like his teammates are standing up. Can't get a good look at TJ at the moment. There's CJ Bailey.
This young man keeps on getting better and better each week. I know throughout the course of this game, NC State's offense did not look the best at times, but it wasn't because of this young man. He's going to be special. He continues to dial in each and every week and make good decisions for his side of the ball.
CJ Bailey, 25 of 36, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Practicing the best play in football, the kneel.
And the Cal players still huddling around their fallen teammate.
Cart coming out.
That's terrible. You hate to see that.
It's a tough one. Anytime a cart comes out, you know, the game of football is so much about winning and losing, and you try to go out there each and every week to fight as much as possible to pick up a win. But when you see a guy that you know that you have, fought some tough battles with, went through the off-season training camp, all the different situations, you see him down on the ground, you cannot wonder about just what that help but wonder what that young man is going through in that situation.
The good news is that he was able to put himself on the cart.
Yeah.
So there's that. But for it to happen with 32 seconds left in the game too, you feel for the young man. But again, a solid sign there, hopefully, as he helps put himself on the cart. Scary moment indeed.
Meeting with this Cal football team earlier in this week, they all talked about a brotherhood, and football is so much about that brotherhood. You see so many different guys running up to Sessions, giving them that pound, dapping them up, giving them knuckles, because they care about this young man as he gives the thumbs up to the stadium.
And the crowd that remains, both Cal fans and NC State fans, giving him a round of applause as he was able to get on the cart. You see Justin Wilcox there. Has to be eating him inside that they lose this game on another missed field goal. Young Derek Morris had made 3 straight misses, the last one from 28 yards. And there's the kneel down by NC State. For Cal, they lose by 1 point. They've lost 4 games by a total of 9. But for today, it is CJ Bailey and NC State's day. They get off the schneid and they get their first ACC victory. They improve to 4-4 on the season. And Dave Doran and company talked about it. No speeches this week. Just got to go out there and do it. And they did. A come-from-behind victory for the Wolfpack. And you see the 2 coaches, Doran and Peter Sermon, the defensive coordinator for Cal, chatting it up there.
Both these teams in a rut. NC State figuring out a way to get it done. Taking all three phases today, George. Offensively, defensively, and special teams, while all having a big impact on today's game.
Let's get to Morgan with C.J. Bailey. And Bailey actually hugging his teammate there, Davin Van. Morgan right behind him. There he is.
CJ, you told me, you saw me in the middle of the fourth quarter. You smiled right at me, and you just told me you knew you were going to make it happen. Why?
Because I had the confidence. I believed in my guys, and I knew we could pull it off. You know, we've been falling short a couple weeks, and we've been on a little losing streak, but I already knew this was our moment. This was our time. All we said to each other, it was win the fourth quarter, and that's what we did.
Those last 90 seconds, first the missed field goal, then your defense taking the field to seal the game. What's going through your mind with those emotions?
Yeah, before that, I was thinking, let's go 2 minutes and go win the game. He missed the field goal. Everybody was happy, man. I was ready to get up out of here. All we needed was a first down. We couldn't even get the first down, but hey, our defense got to stop. We trust our defense to make a play for us, so that's all that happened.
In the run game today, Hollywood Smothers with his second 100-yard game of the season back-to-back. How much pressure did he take off of you today?
Yeah, having a guy like Hollywood Smothers in our backfield, it eases up the offense because now we got a guy we could trust back there, and you know, it takes pressure off of me as well, so it's great to have Hollywood back there with us.
What will you take from this game to build on the rest of the season as you pick up your first conference win?
What I'll take is just stay poised in the pocket. I got a little antsy sometimes, taking a lot of sacks and everything, but just stay poised and trust my guys up front.
Thank you, CJ. Congratulations, and enjoy this one with your team.
Appreciate it.
Young CJ Bailey talking about a guy he can trust in Hollywood Smothers, and they trusted him today for sure. Great job, Morgan, with CJ. CJ Bailey, that young man knows how to win big games and tight games going back to his high school career. For Cal, unfortunately, another tight loss. A 1-point loss, 9-point totals in their 4 losses. Their point differential. That'll do it for us. NC State winners 24-23. An Aaron Snyder Storen production. For Orlando Franklin and Morgan Uber, I'm George Sedano. Let's send it to Taylor and Company.
Thank you, George. Well, guys, it doesn't get much prettier than this. I would say myself. Expansion means ACC Huddle gets to make the trip out west to Stanford. There are worse assignments here on campus. Hoover Tower, commissioned by Herbert Hoover himself, Stanford, class of 1895, just like it was yesterday. Look, Stanford's waited all afternoon for a little prime time party in their friendly confines. They're in the building, courtesy of a police escort. Ashton Daniels, QB1, you see him there. He's focused. They are in search of their second ACC win of the season. Guys, what would a Stanford game be without their band? One of the best in the entire country. They came out early for us, too, to our morning ACC Huddle show. Even the tree's pretty high for a little football under the lights. Look, I think it's one of the most clever mascots in all the land as well. We are now just a little less than an hour away from kickoff. You see the mountains in the distance. Like I said, it is gorgeous. Stanford Stadium is where it's all about to go down. Number 21 SMU is coming in here with confidence, with an explosive offense, and the Cardinal are looking to put a stop to it all tonight. Welcome into the ACC Huddle. We will be with you for the next little less than an hour as we get you ready for kickoff here at Stanford Stadium. And I got to do it with all my favorite guys in the entire world.
Oh, yep.
Hall of Fame head coach Mark Riggs over there on the end. You're here.
Dab at basketball.
Our quarterback, first-round draft pick, E.J. Manuel. Clemson captain, offensive lineman Eric McLean. Virginia Tech Hall of Famer, 9-year NFL vet Eddie Royal. I am Taylor Tannenbaum, and what you just saw here right down the road, we won't say it too loud because we are at Stanford, but maybe they would like to see what just happened. Cal falling just a little bit short once again to NC State, 24-23, the final in that one. On the Cal side of things, that is now 4 losses by combined 9 points, their last 4. But for NC State finally getting a win in the ACC column, what did you see in this game that ended up with the Wolfpack coming away with it?
Well, to me, it's just C.J. Bailey. I mean, this guy is good, and he's young, true freshman. I heard you guys kind of talking about it. It feels like we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. This guy is like 20 pounds away from being a monster. Just when you put on that size, that maturity. And, I don't think it was in the plan for him to have to play this much as he is right now this year. But this is an invaluable experience for him to grow for the next 3 and what he's going to look like. Decision-making was excellent, pushing the ball downfield, coach. You love to see that from a young guy.
Yeah, the other thing, too, about it, and he mentioned it in his interview, that he probably took too many sacks, but
Yeah.
There was 6 of them. That's a lot. But the good news, he did not throw one pick.
Right.
And usually if a young quarterback gets knocked around that much, he's going to throw a couple balls up for grabs, and he didn't do that. So he took care of business in the most important stat, not throwing a pick.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cal just falling short because of a missed field goal, and that's heartbreaking. I mean, I want to say I've been a part of that, but our kicker was pretty good. So, I mean, I just can imagine you go to the locker room and you want to pat him on the back and try to give him some type of support. But Cal should have won this game.
Yeah.
Situationally, right there, you got a chip shot and he misses it. So it's really unfortunate. But take your hat off to NC State going on the road to find the win.
I mean, the hard part is that he had made 3 kicks before that. He was 3 for 3 coming in, so his confidence should have been high. So the fact that he missed that kick, I mean, I feel bad for Coach Wilcox. 9 points, 4 games. You lose 4 games by total. That's tough.
Hard.
And in the locker room, that's hard to come back from. So, I mean, I got to give a shout out to Fernando Mendoza because he's been playing great all year long. Been getting beat up all year as well. And so the fact that that Cal offensive line got to figure it out.
Well, he played good enough today.
Yeah.
They didn't protect him the last drive, and they needed it.
Well, even before that, I mean, if the kid makes the kick, probably that would
put a lot more pressure on NC State.
A game-winning drive, probably.
Right.
No question.
And then on the NC State side, Hollywood Smothers, having him back healthy is huge. Another big day catching the ball out the backfield, not necessarily running the ball, but they're getting him in space and he's making plays.
Much needed win for NC State. They'll make the trek back out east, and it'll be a nice plane ride home for them. For Cal, they now have to regroup after 4 straight really close losses. Tough to see. Welcome back to the ACC Huddle. Another fun day of ACC football. So make sure weekdays 4 o'clock tune in to Pack and Company in the basement. They'll break it all down starting on Monday. And these guys, shout out to Adam and Jay, part of this shirtless bunch. They turned 12 this weekend. This was their birthday
Birmingham
party.
Stallion thing. Come on.
I need some of their dopamine.
A lot of soda.
Honestly, their workout routines, they're looking jacked. Down the road from where we are in Berkeley, NC State visiting Cal for the first time ever. Opening drive of the game, Javian Thomas breaks free for the 49-yard touchdown. Look, no Jay Denant, no problem.
That's because they got offensive line kicking butt up front.
Cal leads
Don't let him pass block.
7-0. Second quarter, Cal up 7-3, but here comes State, finding ways to get the ball to Casey Concepcion. That pays off there. Do your dance, Casey. NC State takes the 10-7 lead. Third quarter, Cal back in front. Thomas again for his second touchdown of the day.
Good looking back, too. Jeez.
Cal up 23-10. Fourth quarter, this game not over yet. 4th and goal. CJ Bailey to Dakari Collins for the touchdown. Pack pull within a score. Later in the 4th, on 3rd and 10, Bailey finds Justin Jolie. Nice catch. 23-yard gain extends the drive. A few plays later, Bailey to a healthy Hollywood Smothers. And he's a difference maker when he's healthy.
Get the ball to him in space, he's going to make plays.
Very versatile young man to the crib.
He's gone. 41-yard touchdown. NC State takes the 24-23 lead. 1:30 to go, and for the second straight week, Cal with a chance to take the lead on a late field goal. Aaron Morris, 28-yarder. No good.
It hurts.
But with 39 seconds to play, Cal does get the ball back with another chance. Fernando Mendoza connects with Isaiah Smith. But he's stopped short of the sticks. NC State defense comes up big there. They escape with a 24-23 win, their first ACC win of the season. After the game, CJ Bailey talked about how he knew the Pack were going to win this one.
Because I had the confidence, I believed in my guys, and I knew we could pull it off. You know, we've been falling short a couple weeks, and we've been on a little losing streak, but I already knew this was our moment. This was our time. All we said to each other, it was win the 4th quarter, and that's what we did.
Those last 90 seconds, first the missed field goal, then your defense taking the field to seal the game. What's going through your mind with those emotions?
Yeah, before that, I was thinking, let's go 2 minutes and go win the game. He missed the field goal. Everybody was happy, man. I was ready to get up out of here. All we needed was a first down. We couldn't even get the first down, but hey, our defense got to stop. We trust our defense to make a play for us, so that's all that happened.
In the run game today, Hollywood Smothers with his second 100-yard game of the season back-to-back. How much pressure did he take off of you today?
Yeah, having a guy like Hollywood Smothers in our backfield, it eases up the offense because now we got a guy we could trust back there, and you know it takes pressure off of me as well. So it's great to have Hollywood back there with us.
What will you take from this game to build on the rest of the season as you pick up your first conference win?
What I'll take is just stay poised in the pocket. I got a little antsy sometimes, taking a lot of sacks and everything, but just stay poised and trust my guys up front.
We're watching a young man grow up before our eyes. True freshman CJ Bailey, 306 yards passing, 2 touchdowns today. EJ, how have you seen this young freshman who was really thrown into the fire evolve over the season?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the plan was not for him to start like he is this year when you bring in Grayson McCall, but he has been excellent. I mean, for one, he hasn't flinched.
Right.
And most true freshmen, especially at quarterback, there's certain situations where you see them falter because they're scared or because they're inexperienced. But CJ, he's ready for the moment.
Right.
And so, I mean, this young man, he's going to get in the weight room. Give him another 2 years. I know next year is still going to come up, but give him 2 years when he's a junior.
He's nasty.
He's going to be ready to go. So I love the way he can play. And he's been around great talent coming from South Florida. So this is not something new to him.
Right. And I love the mindset. You talk about the maturity just growing so fast. He said in the interview there, I was thinking 2 minutes, what are we going to do to win the game? You know, expecting them to make the field goal. I love that. A quarterback that prepared is a dangerous quarterback, thinking of what's going to be next, man. Physical tools, he's got them. I mean, we saw that very quickly and force into action. Are you ready or you're not? And he's making all the throws. It seems like he's maturing and understanding the offense more and more, Eddie, as he does his thing. And I think the sky's the limit for that young man.
Yeah, and I feel like Robert and I is finally realizing what he does well and what he's comfortable with. And Justin Jolie making plays.
Such a great play.
I love the way that they're getting Casey Concepcion involved. They're even getting him that snap to get him a touchdown. But, yeah, C.J. Bailey, he's playing more in rhythm, too. Yep. He hits his back foot and that ball is coming out on time. So it's just awesome to see him grow. Awesome to see him have success. And I'm happy for NC State. They've had a couple tough weeks. It's good to see them get a win.
Him and Kevin Jennings look a lot alike. Their skill set is similar. They're young. You could tell they're young. They're athletic. They throw the ball just very smoothly, and they seem to be ready for the moment. I mean, these guys are growing up together, and it's fun to watch both those cats.
They said, how'd you know you were going to win when he saw that field goal kicker running out there?
He didn't say that.
They asked, how'd you know you were going to win the game?
He said the field goal kicker went.
No, I said that's what he's thinking.
In his brain, in his mind. We do have to talk about the flip side of things because finally NC State got the monkey off their back. They were 0-3 in the ACC going into this game. So was Cal. And look, they've been so close the last couple of weeks. 4 straight ACC losses by a combined 9 points. And we always say how football is a game of inches. One play can make a difference. 8 field goals this season they have missed, including the one today, most by any FBS team this season. Even making a kicking change today, it didn't matter. Back-to-back weeks where they have lost a game because they've missed a field goal late that would have given them a lead deep into the fourth quarter.
A very makeable kick.
What do you do, Coach, moving forward if you're Justin Wilcox? What do you do at this point?
Well, you either find somebody else who could do it, or you just gotta believe in the kid, keep giving him a chance. And you know, I had one kicker that I was struggling one time, and I said, they called timeout to ice him, and I had him on the sideline. I said, look, I love you whether you make it or not. Yeah. I'm going to like you more if you make it. right. But I love you either way. And thankfully, he made the kick. But what do you do? I mean, those guys are, I won't say they're all fragile, but a lot of those guys, they're just, a lot of them aren't football players. You know, they're just
they're kickers.
They're kickers. Right. They're soccer players. And so when they have the weight of the world literally on their shoulders, it's tough on those guys. It's tough on their families.
Oh, sure.
And it's just, you know, it's sad when they don't make the big kick.
It was tough because he had made 3 kicks before that, and so his confidence should have been high.
Right.
And the fact that they've lost 4 games by a total of 9 points. That's tough on a locker room. I know Justin Wilcox is a heck of a coach. We all love him. I just hope that they can bounce back from this. And Fernando Mendoza has been playing great. He's been playing lights out. So I hope things improve for them.
For the Cal football team, like you just alluded to, they don't feel like they should be 0-4 in ACC play. What positives can you take away from this team as they continue moving forward and try to put a win in that ACC win column?
Well, defense has been their calling card, and that's really why these losses have been so close. The margin is right there. I mean, you have a bunch of turnovers. You got leading the country in interceptions.
Yes,
and Mo Williams is probably going to be an All-American. You mentioned that earlier. So there's a lot of great takeaways, and Fernando Mendoza is certainly their quarterback of the future. There was a quarterback competition starting back in August, but obviously he showed that he's locked down that position, so they'll be fine in the future.
Well, and it's easy to see you're that close. I mean, obviously, to have that many games and only a 9-point differential, that's unbelievable. And so, you know, maybe next year, and it's not this next year yet, but you learn how to win those. You win the close games, all of a sudden, you're a 10-win season.
Kind of reminds me of UVA last year.
Yeah.
You got to figure out a way to finish these games.
My first year at Miami, we lost 4, less than a touchdown. Right. Next year, we won every one of the close games, and we went 10 in a row and then lost 3 in a row, but We started out 10 in a row.
Right, you hope the tide eventually turns. But for NC State, they head back to Raleigh with a much-needed win. And for Cal, they do take a break from ACC play this upcoming week to play Oregon State. A little old Pac-12 rivalry action there.